Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Now today there will be so many new things. So
Good
Saturday
morning, sir.
morning. So
Good
there are
morning,
some
sir.
very interesting morning. There are some very interesting rare things which I came across. So
Good
we'll
morning, sir.
do that, yes. And plus we'll be talking about basics of radiology, and you yourself will understand that what exactly we were discussing during our test, right? Because there were few mails that it is difficult to see the x-rays. No worries, right? By the way, my hand is good, no problems, all good, God's grace. Thank you. Just put the chat over here. There were a few interesting emails also, but that we'll talk later. So what we are discussing today, one, you'll be shocked to see those images and the ultrasound, right? So I'll be showing you two such cases, two such real cases, and they are with all the evidence. One is about the what is called as the CREB. This is a very rare blood group, and I'll show you the entire history of it. Second will be about a lithopodium. Right? But regarding all these, as you see it practically, it will be more interesting. Right? And this will be our main topic, where we'll be understanding how the X-rays will not be going into the technicalities about that is what are isobar, what are isotopes, etc. Forget. Right? It is part of the MBBS course, but it is after about 2 years. But at this point of time, if we know that these are the X-rays and this is how X-rays are to be seen, you'll be having complete clarity of that today. Because no one would tell you that, because you're not appearing for any post-graduation exam in radiology where you are asked about these things. No need, right? No need. But you should know how to see the X-ray. The way we'll be understanding later on the ECG. When the ECG comes in your hand, you don't need to understand the electronics behind it, though we'll be discussing it partially. But at least you should know that how the ECG is to be seen. You should be able to diagnose the myocardial infarction. You should be able to diagnose any of the abnormality. That's more important as compared to the technicalities behind it, right? So whatever we'll be discussing, it is not end of the radiology. It is not even beginning of the radiology. It is just a partial thing out of the entire big box. But this is that crucial. It will help you a lot into your entire journey, right? Today's
Sir,
session. हाँ बोलो.
sir, what is Bombay blood group?
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Okay, sir.
So within next 2 minutes, we'll start. 2 minutes. I mean, why we say that medical is so interesting when you see these cases. I mean, not only it's humorous, but at the same time, you'll be astonished कि ऐसा भी होता है.
Sir, will you share the 19-year-old girl's case as well?
I can't. I can't. From medical point of view, I can't. But I'll definitely show you that. Right? I just missed getting it from my library. But say medical ethics tells that I can't even disclose the name. Right? That's why I never told you the name, because on all those images, when I'll be putting it on the screen, I have to really hide those names. Nothing happens. I know that there is no point that you won't be misusing it, but technically, when you'll go to US, there is something what is called as the ethics, medical ethics. One, you can lose your medical degree, right? If someone goes into the court and tells that because he shared my details with someone else, and now there is conflict between both of us. So, for example, if a wife is suffering from any condition, you are not supposed to tell it to husband. No, can't. So, so that is very, very important. Keep it in mind. Without consent, you just can't do anything. You just can't do anything. If you say, it is a big problem, because they can file such a lawsuit against you that आपका पूरा पैसा चला जाए. By the way, you must have heard of that digital arrest, one of the biggest digital arrests which happened just a week back, right? A doctor,
Yes.
she is gynecologist, right? She lost 19 crore rupees, 19 crore rupees in that digital arrest scam, which was happening from Cambodia. And the account and the money got transferred into 35 different accounts. Horrible. She reported. She is a doctor. Imagine she is a doctor. She got the first. I'll just in 2 minutes I'll say that, because this case has now come into the forensics department for the investigation. So we have started working on it, but truly speaking, it's a fault of bank also. There has to be a red flag, because imagine there was one person who is like a layman, एक मजदूर, उसके account में if the 1 crore is getting deposited, then immediately bank should raise a red flag कि क्यों, कहाँ से आया इतना पैसा, इतने सालों में तो his account was never showing more than 25,000. Suddenly 1 crore, it was a fault of bank also. But whenever, this is like a message to all of you, in case if it happens, you just give 1930. This is a cyber crime number, right? They will redirect you to the nearest police station. Don't hesitate. File a complaint, right? File a police complaint. That police complaint, someone from here will assist you, right? Someone from here will give his identity, right? You can check it and give his identity, and then they will say that, okay, this is the police complaint number, and then they will never be asking you bank account. They will never be asking you any of the OTP. No money would be demanded, nothing, right? Remember those things. So from cybercrime, they will just take this police complaint number, nothing else, right? What these people they really do is they pose as, imagine this lady. First she gets a call that from your phone, right? किसी आपने गंदी गंदी गालियां दी है, there was some obnoxious email, obnoxious messages, सब गंदे messages भेजे गए हैं. This doctor, मतलब she was perspiring. So then police complaint, that person was like very rude. She submitted her Aadhaar card, right? Aadhaar card was given. From Aadhaar card, right, she was taken to fraud court, right, where the judge is there. Now judge never gets involved into this. This is literally gali bolo. But then she said that, okay, you are involved into money laundering. From money laundering, she goes to the narcotics department. All this was scam, and everywhere. Matlab Bharat ka chin, flag, this, that, court scenes, everyone in that dress, right? Police commissioner. Now, police commissioner coming in such cases. Now, right? Police commissioner never enters into any of such cases, because unless and until it is more than 100 crore, 100 CR, till that point, no police commissioner will be entering, because they are such 3 ranks or 4 ranks officers, right? But she was extracted money, and then how the whole thing went, she was told that अब आपके आजू बाजू सारे कपड़े में पुलिस घूम रही है. You can go to buy vegetables, you can go to buy fruits, you can attend a marriage, but अगर जो कुछ बोला तो immediately you'll be arrested. That way उसका बैंक बैलेंस साफ, उसके स्टॉक मार्केट साफ, उसके जितना सोना था गोल्ड दैट वाज सोल्ड ऑफ, उस जिस घर में रहती थी वो बिकवा दिया, उसकी 2 दुकानें बिकवा दी. एंड देन शी वाज सेड कि अभी पड़ोसियों से मांगो पैसे, नहीं तो यू आर बिहाइंड द बार्स. फाइनली जब कुछ नहीं रहा, मतलब भिखारी हो गई वो, देयर वाज नो अदर वे, बट देन द अनदर पर्सन, मतलब कोई था, उसने कहा आप इतना पैसा करती क्या हो. And then she spoke, and then the whole thing came out. But by the time, because 126 days of digital arrest, itne din pass ho gaye, we can't do anything. If it is reported within 13 hours, so I guarantee you will get 100% of your money back. Could kuch ho bhi gaya. Because now onwards, there is a buffer system. Buffer system is, say, ABC. आपके साथ कुछ फ्रॉड हो गया, so that x amount, let's say it is 1 lakh, that 1 lakh amount, it has been transferred to some fraud account, right? But this goes via bank. So now the banks have been given the instruction to hold this money before getting it transferred to any of the, and if the account is overseas, so then the holding period increases. But they are very smart, they go to the local accounts. मतलब सूरत में कोई था local account, बेचारा मजदूर, अकाउंट उसमें ट्रांसफर, एंड ही वाज सेड दैट तुझको 3% मिलेगा. 1 करोड़ का 3%, 3 लाख, वो तो पागल हो गया, राइट? ही सेड विड्रॉ फ्रॉम द बैंक एंड देन गिव द मनी. नाउ विड्रॉल सच अ बिग अमाउंट विड्रॉल, बट बैंक कांट से, बट दैट दिस इट इज द फॉल्ट ऑफ द बैंक आल्सो. इतना बड़ा विड्रॉल कैसे, right? But well, it happened. Total 19 crore rupees. That lady is bankrupt. But this is like eye opener for everyone, that those samjo, right? They are so smart. मतलब the way they talk, right? You'll feel like बस मैं तो मर गई या मैं तो मर गया. This is that in spite of so much of messages, so much of awareness, still it happened. And every time they come up with new tricks. Every time. Right? So very dangerous thing. Very dangerous. So just one word, whenever, if any of these things it happen, कुछ भी होता है, right? Don't keep it to yourself. Right? Immediately inform. And yes, you can tell me also, right? So I can let you know that कुछ भी हुआ तो what next steps are to be taken, and most important, don't be afraid to file a police complaint. इसने यही गलती की, police complaint, because there is no law in the world where there is something like digital arrest. So this is a total scam, total absolute scam, right? So ध्यान रखना कभी भी. Okay, so let's start with our today's topic, and this topic will be so interesting that वहीं से शुरू करते हैं, then we'll be learning about ये आज का basics. ठीक है, चलो. Because there is video, so I have put it into this PowerPoint that I'll share that also with you. Thought you should know. So here is a case. This is what is called as the crib blood group. So many messages. How will she get the money back now? No. She will not get the money back. Regarding this calf muscle, I'll let you know. Today we'll talk. It was like new movie Kubera. I have not seen that movie, but yes, I'll do that. See that. Should we note in books some important points of this point? नहीं लिखना हो तो you can लिख सकती हो, but बाकी सब समझ आएगा. Whatever is needed ना, I'll write down everything. Just understand
Okay,
it.
sir.
कहीं पे भी if there is, अभी recording मत करो, because recording में क्या होता है, once you do the recording ना तो फिर यहाँ का focus चला जाता है. So don't do recording. No need. कुछ हुआ तो ask me 10 times. But it is exactly like you are sitting in a classroom, right? One to one बात कर रहे हैं. So to keep it that way. So here it is. इसके अंदर, yeah, it is there. So here, what to know about the CRIB blood group and how it's changing Indian healthcare. Let's see. Now, this is a real case. During a heart surgery in Kolar, right, Karnataka, doctors made a shocking discovery. Patient had CRIB. Now, what is this CRIB? We'll discuss it in more detail. Right? But itna samjho ki this is world's rarest blood group. Now, what it is? So it was February 2024. I'll go a bit fast because I really want to explain on CRIB more. Right? So this is a 38-year-old woman and was admitted for heart surgery at RL Jalapa Hospital in Kolar, Karnataka. Her blood group was O positive. Remember, there are multiple types of blood group systems. Right? That is the foundation which you need to understand. One of the method is like which we all know, A, B, right? O, and then RH plus or RH minus. This is one blood group system. This blood group system is purely based on the system what is called as the antigen antibody. Right? Antigen antibody. Antigen means if my blood group is, let's say, A positive, right? So that means that I have got A antigen, right? Positive, negative, right now we are not confusing it, just A antigen. But what about the B? For B,
Antibody.
what?
B antibody.
The antibody.
Right, antibody. It means that if I'm given AB positive or B positive, so my B antibody talwar lekar ladna shuru. And what would happen? It will fight and it will break those cells, which is called as a hemolysis. The blood cells would break. That leads to hemolysis. Blood would start breaking, and that leads to all those sorts of emergencies. So this is the basic antigen antibody, right? Okay. Now, when we do the matching, this is what we'll be discussing in our when we'll be discussing hematopoietic system, right? Blood group systems. At that point, we'll be going into further details. But today, what happened in this case? So 1 in 3 Indians, they have got the O positive blood group, right? It is pretty common, right? Pretty common. Almost 32% they have got this O positive. India method is very common, right? O positive, almost 40% they have got the B positive, 11% they have got about A positive. So they are these O positive and B positive, they are very rare. So nothing new. It's usually easy to find matching donors. But there is one process, matching. Before giving the blood, small amount of blood is taken from here, then they are mixed, centrifuged, and then it is seen whether there is any clotting. And this was shocking. In her case, none of the samples were compatible. मतलब blood bank में जितने भी O positive की bottle से एक, nothing is matching. So much so, then it was said कि family members से कि आप में से जो O positive हो, वो 20 not matching anyone. Now this is strange. Her case was referred to Rotary Bangalore TTK Blood Center. Advanced testing showed her blood was pan-reactive. Pan-reactive. Pan means everywhere, right? Pan means it is widespread. When we say pan-systolic, that means during entire systolic, that event is happening. This is pan-reactive. It means it is rejecting. It is blood is clotting with every donor. Not a single matched. It rejected every donor sample. Now this is tricky. Surgery was to be done. So with no compatible blood available, they performed surgery without a transfusion. They relied on iron therapy and meticulous planning, less bleeding and everything. It was done. Surgery was good, done, matter over. But then this was a trouble. Aisa kaise? Right? So her blood sample was then sent to International Blood Group Reference Lab, right, in the UK. In the UK, it took them 10 months. 10 months, 10 mahine. Concluded that this is a completely new antigen in the Cromer system. That means we must know what is this Cromer system, right? Never seen before anywhere in the world, right? So in June 25, at the ISBT, that is International Society of Blood Transfusion Congress in Milan, Italy, this new blood group was officially named CREB. CREB means, because this is a Cromer system, IB stands for India Bangalore. This is Crib. And she is now the only person on earth with this blood group. She's the only person in the world. If she ever needs blood again, she'll have to donate her own in advance. She has to donate the blood. That blood is to be preserved. So whenever she needs, she'll be using it. No one in the world can really donate to her. Now, for the first time, India has launched a solution. This is called as RDRI, the Rare Donor Registry of India by ICMR and NIH. It connects patients to rare donors like Bombay Blood Group, RH Null, and now CREP. These are all very rare blood groups, right? Bombay Blood Group, RH Null, and CREP. In detail, we'll see later, because we'll end up in that only. But this is something, the registry is being integrated with Raktakosh. This is our blood portal. You must be aware of it, Raktakosh, right? So far it included 4,000 carefully screened donors who have been tested for over 300 rare blood markers. Now, most Indian blood banks only check for ABO and RH, but our blood has over 360 unique markers, and they are called as the antigen. So this Cromer system, right? I'll show you a part of the Cromer system. As such, it is very big, but first 8 Cromers, first 8 antigens, they are very important. So if matched correctly, they can cause dangerous reaction during a transfusion. This is what is called as the delayed hemolytic transfusion reactions. So from a heart surgeon Kolar to a discovery that changed transfusion system, one woman's rare blood has sparked a nationwide shift in awareness and action, right? So this is like, by the way, how many of you donate blood? Have you donated blood? Okay, fine too. All right. You should donate.
Yes, sir.
Then when I was in MBBS, I don't know if I told you or not, but these were the dates. 111, 14, 17, 110, right? I kept on donating. Now it has crossed 108 times. Total donation has crossed 108 times. And just for the testing, because someone said that blood donation ke baad weakness hoti hai. So about a year back, immediately after donation, right? Because it was managed by ADR group. This is Ahmedabad Distance Runners. This is a group, our marathon group. So they said कि डॉक्टर साहब weakness होती है. I said कि चल एक काम करते हैं. Let's donate the blood, and then you guys come on bike, and I run 21 kilometers immediately after donating the blood and not taking any fluids, because our body is so powerful. Liver immediately starts pumping the blood into the circulation. In case if there is any accident or and if someone bleeds, so then that's a problem. That is something which you have to take care of. But otherwise, body system is very powerful. Did successfully 21 kilometers in just 2 hours. It was absolutely fine. And it was afternoon, doper thi tab, right? So you know that temperature on roads, that is in Ahmedabad, so it is very, very hot. But well, रास्ते में तो I had to drink. वो तो सब drink मतलब वो drink नहीं. Yeah, Yashika, good. So let's talk something about the Cromer system. Now, the way we say it, color change. So the way we say that we have A, B, O, R, H, right? So this is one system. Similarly, there are several such systems. Similarly, there is one more system which is very effective, and it is called as the Cromer system. Cromer system, right? Let me forward it bit quickly. Here it is. See, this is actually Cromer system. No need to cram this thing, but just see that these are all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 8. They are very crucial, because up to 8 they are actually tested for the blood matching, right? So there is ABO system, RH, MNS, Kell, Lewis, Duffy, Kidd, Lutheran. So these are all the systems, and these are the antigens which are used all the way up to this. Right? Up to this they are used. So in Cromer, what happens is, good. If you are donating, that is very nice. Nice. Yeah, there is new blood group called Gavada negative. That is also there. Chalo, coming to this. So this Cromer system, is based on what's called as the DEF. DEF is decay accelerating factor. So whenever जब भी कभी ऐसा word आए decay accelerating factor, so that means it is nothing but it is like a protein, right? It is like a protein. It is found in a protein. Now, when it is protein, so then who will be telling the boss make this protein? That would be told by a gene, correct? That would be told by a gene. Where is gene? Gene is nothing but a specific code which is located into our chromosome. Easy, correct? Because chromosome, so it is like a book, na? It is like a complete book. उसके अंदर एक कोड है कि अरे इसकी आंख ब्लू कर दो, अरे इसका फेस ऐसा कर दो, इसका फेस वैसा. Nothing is in our hand. कुछ भी अपने हाथ में नहीं है. So it is as per that code, right? You are looking so beautiful. आपका कुछ, it was the God, right? It was the chromosome, it was that code which made you so good. But बात करते हैं. So this is chromosome 1. On chromosome 1, there is a gene called CD55. And this gene is responsible for synthesis of decay accelerating factor. Simple, right? Now this decay accelerating factor, it is formed. Coming to that. Right? Decay accelerating factor is that. Now where is it present? Obviously, it is present on RBC. Not only in RBC, it is present even on other cells also. Right? That's why it has been seen into even other conditions like ulcerative colitis, etc. But hold on, RBC pe mila, right? This protein. So this, what is the function? Right? What is the function of this? What is the function of this DEF? Decay accelerating factor. What this does is it is like its function is autoimmune function. Autoimmune function. Matlab, when our own immunity tries to attack on the RBCs, this DEF is protecting ke nahi mat maro. Right? So that way it has got, just for few minutes, don't send any chat messages. Right? I'll talk about all those. So this is a DEF, autoimmune function. So it protects. Its function is protection. Now for that, there are various types of antigens, right? There are various types of antigens. They are about more than 40. So those antigens, if present, let's say this, I'm just giving, say, CR1, CR2, right? We saw that all those, that listing, but this is for the ease of understanding. So if someone has got CR1, if someone has got CR2, if someone has not CR3, so then what happens? He will be having antibodies for CR3. So over here, AB is matching, RH is matching. So this is AB, RH is plus. So these two are matching, but the CR3 is not matching. So then if you mix such two bloods, right? One which is AB plus, here also it is AB plus, you cross match and you find that yes, it is leading to hemolysis. It is leading to hemolysis, right? So this first two AB, RH, they are matching, but this MNS is not matching. And then it causes problem. And see, MNS has got so many antigen, capital M, capital N, capital S, small s, and U. So that way, all these, they should be matched. If it is not matching, it leads to what is called as the delayed hemolytic transfusion system, right? So when it leads to this reaction system or reaction, and hemolysis means blood starts breaking and it causes all those problems. In case of this particular lady, she was not having any one of them. No CR1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, nothing. That means her blood was reacting against every donor. So this is the rarest of the rarest thing in which she was not having any antigen. So that is what is called as the CREB. She has got none of the antigens. That means she has got antibodies for everyone. So even if small amount of blood is given, when 6, 8, 10, 20 antigens, they are fighting with those antibodies, hemolysis is bound to occur. And this is what really happened. So this is the thing. Now this is another case. A UP, Uttar Pradesh, woman's fetus growing in liver instead of uterus. Yes, a MRI scan of a 30-year-old woman in UP's Bulandshahr revealed she was 12 weeks pregnant, but in her liver instead of uterus. Right? Instead of uterus, the fetus was embedded in the right lobe of liver and there was clear cardiac pulsation. I have never seen such a case. Radiologist Dr. K.K. Gupta. It's a rare medical condition and it is called as the intrahepatic ectopic pregnancy. Very, very, very rare, right? How there must be other congenital anomalies, right? That is how the uterine tube, that is the fallopian tube, must be connected, how the ovum traveled over there, then that sperm also via that abnormal fallopian tube traveled all the way, and then it got embedded. Normally, it won't be embedding into this because uterus has to prepare itself. But yes, liver is highly vascular, so it got developed, and even it developed all the way, and it crossed 12 weeks, right? And here is the real ultrasound of it. See, this is the liver, right? The probe is over here, and this is the hepatic structure. And you will be able to see here it is. This is the area. Can you see the shape of the baby?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Right? This is, yeah, here it is. Right? Here it is. Right? Freezed exactly at spots. Here is the entire thing, and even the pulsations they were seen. Right? And now, the next is
Sir, ectopic pregnancy is dangerous, right?
ectopic. This is life threatening. So it has to be operated and it has to be removed. एक और था मेरे पास केस I put it or not. Okay. It was a very typical case. Very scary. Actually, very scary. Hold on. was worth watching it. So I'll show you that. Just 1 minute. It's rarest of the rarest thing which you might have seen. It's that rare. Got it. Got it. Got it.
Sir, baby calcified?
That's right.
Lithopia. Lithopedian.
But if you listen to the history, the patient's name Rosa. She is a female of 75 years. She
Twin.
complains of chronic pain. She complained of chronic pain in abdomen, and that pain she is telling that it is since years, but sometimes it goes, sometimes it comes. No one, and she was from very remote village, so she was never given the importance. And usually it is said that अरे इतनी एज है ना, तो वो तो कुछ ना कुछ होता रहता है. मतलब the age factor was given. Someone palpated and he said that there is SOL in abdomen, space occupying lesion in abdomen. There is something which can be felt, right? So that was SOL in abdomen. It was necessary, ultrasound was done, but somehow the radiologist who did the ultrasound was unable to pick up the exact shape. So they will have to cut her liver open for her to deliver the child. Yes, it has to be. Yes. So space occupying lesion in abdomen, ultrasound was done, but that was very clear that there is some strange calcification which has been seen. It has been noted. He was unable to pick up the exact shape. CT scan was done. CT scan was planned. Now, before CT scan, the plain X-ray is taken, and this is that X-ray. When the X-ray was taken, this is the complete calcified baby, right? Calcified baby. The medical term is called as the lithopodion. It is also called as the stone baby. Stone baby. What really happened is when she was told that this is the case, Rosa said, yes, that's fine. I am not surprised. Because so almost 35 years back, she said, when my age was 40 years, I had, for 1 full month, I had the symptoms of nausea, vomiting, the symptoms of pregnancy. And then they disappeared. After that, there was no bleeding, nothing, anything, everything was okay. And even the practice turned negative. So she never worried about it, right? She, in fact, never gave a thought to that. What must have happened is that for some reason, this baby died, and the immune system, it tried to invade that cell, but in the response, the whole thing was calcified. This is like a very defense mechanism of our body. So it got calcified so that inner tissue is protected. After years together, all entire tissue has been calcified. And that is what giving that pressure compression symptoms. Otherwise, this will not harm in any way. So this is a very rare thing, extremely rare, lithopodium. But this is the real X-ray, and this is how it really looks like. See, even after say 35 years, right? One limb, right? One upper limb and one lower limb, they are seen properly. Even the partial face is also seen, though rest of the tissues and everything, it has been resolved and giving this irregular appearances, right? But well, it happened to this way. This is called as the lithopodia, right? A real case. Mhm. So that's the beauty of medical science. By the way, you asked one very interesting question. I'll answer it in this way. See, you asked that I got fail in this exam, that exam, वो सब आपने जो कुछ लिखा. I'm not taking the name up, right? I know you are there, but oh, okay. Will the child survive while being in labor? No way, impossible. Because as the baby grows, right? So how did it affect her? No, her menstrual cycle were over. Acha, you have heard about this case. Good. Wait, Kunjal, the thing is, how did the egg travel? That is because of the abnormal fallopian tubes, right? That connectivity. And not only that, egg has reached, but even sperm has reached over there and it got implanted over there. So that is a major thing, right? Two uterus, both baby conceived on different, that is possible, right? You will find in say when many times the normal size shape of the uterus is like this. Many times the uterus is like this, right? So in which case there is only one cervix, but two bodies of the uterus, and then they are connected with the fallopian tubes. And in such cases, it happens that one egg traveled over here, one egg traveled over here. But the sperms, they traveled on both the directions, both of them fertilized and having two babies, separate uterus. And it happens, yes, it is possible. Though this is also not that common, very rare, but it can easily be detected on ultrasound. Six genotype and phenotype, that's right.
So,
Then,
but in this case, the baby won't have any abnormalities, right?
in this case, you are telling?
Yes, sir.
Babies will develop normally. So during the time of delivery, was the baby removed surgically? Shreya, I think you are talking about lithopodium. The
No,
patients,
the earlier case, the liver
yeah,
one.
in fact, patient survived in both the cases. Surgically, it is removed. And obviously, in such cases, it is to be removed piecemeal. Means cut karke piece by piece. The whole thing, it cannot be removed because if you try to remove the whole thing, single shot, so then the incision has to be so big, it will be bleeding so profusely. So in such cases, it is what is called as the piecemeal removal. The way cataract surgery is done. So in cataract is what? This is the lens. So when that lens gets, that protein is denatured, right? Our lens from side, if you look, that lens is like this, right? Lens is like this. This is our eyeball. So when this, as the age increases, this protein gets denatured. Denatured means it becomes opaque. When it becomes opaque, so you need to remove it. So you can't remove the whole thing as a single block. A very small incision is made, very small incision, and then phacoprobe, it goes inside, and then that phacoprobe, it moves, right? It cuts, and it keeps on taking the things out. And then this is the IOL, intraocular lens implantation, IOL. That means artificial lens. So these are called as the haptics. So they are folded. So then they are slipped inside and under jacket ring, they spring open, right? And then it is adjusted. So that is how the artificial lens, and this entire surgery is called as the phacoemulsification surgery. this is something on which we made the film. I made a graphic animation film, and we got the International Best Presentation Award in California, an international ophthalmological conference, right? Way back, okay, 10 years back. But so we created it in such a way that whenever this probe moves, so on this edge, when the probe moves, अब आप अपनी एक उंगली पे दूसरी उंगली घिसना शुरू करो, right? You will find कि हाँ उंगली गर्म हो गई, right? It will get heated. Now eyes, so they are so sensitive. When it gets heated, it will lead to what is called as a incisional burn. Incisional because वहां से cut मारा, that phaco probe is moving and it is giving the burn. New lens has been implanted, Raddiya lens, and then when the patient recovers, the small portion of the area he'll be getting a blurred vision. Small portion, blurred vision. क्यों? क्योंकि वहां का जो है, because of that heat, because of that erosion, the visibility is deteriorated. What if we change the whole angle to the temporal region, and we did that thing on a goat's eye, shot it, and then made a film, and then I created an animation film. So as if we are sitting inside the eyeball, and then we are watching what happens when this probe comes, what happens when this probe comes. So that way the whole thing was explained. So we got the award for that. I think I'm not too. No, I'm into graphic animation and multimedia also. I was with Rakesh Roshan. I was edited 2 films. One of the film was Koila, then another was Chachi 420. Those were the films. Okay. But then found that Bollywood is too tempting. So I thought, chalo back to apna medically acha. But yes, was there. Acha. Right. So in these cases, so this is how it really goes. In that calcification of baby, then the woman feel, वही तो, मतलब baby was felt by that female, right? But not the baby. She said कि बस पेट में दर्द हो रहा है. And when the age increases, तो usually people take it for granted कि ये तो सब 50 साल हो गए, 60 साल हो गए, नहीं तो बोलते रहते हैं. No one gives that importance. That's the reason. Recently, one case came in which person is of just the age of 38, and he is having massive. मतलब I can show you. मतलब at L4, L5 and L5S1, the disc protrusion is so massive. मतलब you will feel कि यार आज तक तू कहाँ मरा था? मतलब why you never complained? मतलब it has really crushed and reached to the spinal cord to such a level that that person at the age of 38, multi-millionaire, right? And he said कि साहब आप बचा लो ना. He's otherwise I normally मतलब I say कि आप मुझे रिपोर्ट भेज दीजिए, I'll just see that. He said कि आप एक बार आ जाइए. And he is sending his BMW costing not less than 1.5 CR. इतनी बड़ी गाड़ी. मैंने कहा यार क्या है? His house was like a palace, but पड़ा था. His weight 120 kilograms. And दुनिया की सारी बुरी आदत है. But now he is having that disc protrusion, and it is so bad that he is unable to move. वहीं से बैठे बैठे वो मार्केट कर रहा है. मैंने कहा क्या है ये जिंदगी? So if the baby was there for them, so would it be? No. How can? This is the calcified baby, na? Those calcified baby. Calcified means वो तो कब का मर गया था बच्चा. Right?
Sir,
हाँ.
sir, there is a message in the chat. Please check it.
Who has sent the Shavani? Okay. Okay, during first month of pregnancy, why does the woman faints, right? See, that is due to, if you remember, I said that baby is the most selfish creature. That fetus is the most selfish creature in the world.
Yes,
She
sir.
never thinks about whatever happens
Yes,
to the
sir.
mother. Do hell with the mother. मुझे मिलना चाहिए nutrition. She extracts the nutrition at such a high pace because it is vital. During first 3 months, all the organs are developing. Right? When the organs are developing, so baby will try to extract the nutrition. Now, if the mother is malnutritioned, so if the hemoglobin is less, as such, you must have seen that in pregnancy, right? आपने किसी patient को देखा होगा, तो they are given iron supplements because baby is going to extract blood like anything. That blood which will be traveling via umbilical vein which will be carrying oxygen, that will be utilized by the baby. And then the carbon dioxide would be pushed. Never a care is taken to how much oxygen mother is requiring. No, that blood will go to the fetus because he's developing. Now, in such cases, if the hemoglobin level is low, it drops further and that leads to fainting. One. Second, all the nutrition has been extracted by the fetus. So if the female is not properly nourished, she gets fainting attack. These are the two things, right? Two major things. Otherwise, rest of the third and fourth reasons, they are a bit of psychological, that कई बार डर लगता है, कई बार it is a different feeling, obviously, right? So when we'll be discussing this, that why it is divided into three phases, trimester. It is called as trimester. Tri means first trimester, second trimester, third trimester. पहले 3 महीने, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8, 9. Right? So there is a different reason behind what really happens here, what really happens here, what really happens here.
Sir, when is prenatal vitamins given?
हाँ, very much. एक बड़ी सिंपल सी चीज है. Pregnancy is like a marathon. Recently, one of my patient, one of my student, अब तो उसकी शादी हुई, but her weight is, she's about 112 kilogram. She contacted me about 6-7 महीने हो गए. So she said that आप शादी में नहीं आए वगैरह. But then she said that now we are planning to extend the family. I said fine, but what's your weight? She said 112 kilo. I said before you do that, at least for 100 days, try to reduce your weight and then plan for it. But nahi hua kuch, and then day before yesterday, I'm getting the message that it is the 7th month which is in progress, and the weight of the baby is 800 grams. Now this is a big problem, huge problem. It's the 7th month running, right? It is 800 grams that baby is not developing properly. I said go for high resolution ultrasound. Just go and check whether the liver is forming properly, brain is formed properly, and the heart. So don't know what they are doing, but this is the trouble. And is it because of overweight? Yes, because of overweight, the amount of fat is so much that at times baby gets compressed, right? Because the uterus, around the uterus, there is so much of fat, the uterus is not getting sufficient space even to expand. So many factors are there, so many other factors are there, but this is something which is so crucial. Overweight is one of the biggest trouble. Now, as many of you asked about the diet, well, it is difficult for me to design a diet. I tell you, say, designing a diet, right? And I'm telling this thing with absolute honesty. I need to ask you not less than 25 questions, right? अगर जो ठीक से diet design करनी है, and then it would take me 3+ hours to design a diet. It is that complicated. Because जो बोलते हैं मतलब standard diet बना के ये देते रहते हैं. No, there is a complete science behind it. When we'll be discussing the GIT physiology, right? We'll be going in detail. At that point, you'll know that so many factors, they are important. Because the way it is said that treadmill पे चलो आप 8 की स्पीड पे दौड़ना शुरू करो, एक जना तो मर जाए 8 की स्पीड पे दौड़ना शुरू करे तो. And second one will say कि ये क्या मैं क्यों इतना स्लो दौड़ रहा हूँ, right? Even if they both are of the same age. So whatever I taught you, that 220 minus your age, and then the 70% of it, what is called as the zone 2. But there is something, these are the other factors also, that how much fat is around the heart, right? How much fat, that fat which is constantly compressing, what is the condition of his coronary arteries? What is the condition of his other arteries? All those things, they matter a lot. Right? So when you are designing a diet, you need to design everything. You need to take everything into consideration. So that's why I was unable to answer to all those emails when you said that mujhe please design a diet to decrease the weight or increase the weight. Right? So designing a diet, it requires so much of time. That's why I have not answered those questions. In general, try to do IF, intermittent fasting. This is in general, I'm telling to everyone, intermittent fasting of 14 hours. I mean, 14 hours, you'll not eat anything except water. You can have some black coffee in case if you need it. No sugar, no milk, or you can have lemon juice. Right? Bas itna. 10 hour is your eating window. Even you start with this much, see the difference. Itna shuru karo. And obviously, these are like golden rules. Cut the carbs. Cut the carbs. Carbohydrates, the moment you start reducing it, your weight is going to come down like anything. Don't go for keto diet. Keto diet in which the carb restriction is less than 20 grams, right? Utne mein to then there will be mental fogging. Pagal ho jaoge. You might do it for 1 day, 2 day, 5 day, 10 days. The kar bhi liya, right? You will say, हाँ 5 kilo, but then the energy level will drop. You won't be able to even say think properly. Right? There will be so much of mental fog and cloudiness. So वो मत करना. That is जो कुछ भी कहें कि मतलब ketone bodies are generated, this that agreed, but some carbs they are needed. So better you can go for unsaturated carbs, right? Unsaturated carbs. Don't go for saturated one. वो तेल वगैरह नहीं. But unsaturated carbs, so they are good. Paneer is good, good source of protein. Just do this, cut the carbs and pump up the proteins. बस इतना करो and see the difference. Stick to this. And then some exercise, because it takes, if you want to reduce your weight by 400 grams, that is, you want to cut down 400 grams, the calorie deficit should be 3,500 calories. Now, for an adult male, right, who is not working out very extensively into the gym, so the calorie requirement is somewhere around about 2300 calories. 2300 calories. So if you 500 cut, matlab 1800 par nahi karna, right? 1800 calories is the limit. With this pace, if you do, every week you'll be losing 1 pound. That comes to 1.6 kilogram by the end of 1 month. 10 mahine tak karenge, so that will lead to reduction of theory 16 kilogram. अटक कहाँ जाएंगे 10 किलोग्राम लॉस के बाद वो आगे नहीं बढ़ेगा because it comes to a plateau. Then you have to break that plateau, right? So, but at least this is something which you can start with. It will be helpful to you. Mother is having pain in her back after lifting weight. She works in farm. दोस्त उनको बोलो वेट नहीं उठाना because जब वेट उठाते हैं, right? I'm telling in general, but जब normally वेट उठाते हैं तो वेट इस तरह उठाते हैं लोग. This is the back, legs, और यहाँ से वेट उठाया सीधा ठेव खड़े, right? That means the entire load this will be on this lumbar region. Whenever you want to lift, even if you are going for the deadlift, so in deadlift you bend your knees, take the weight, and then stand up. So that way it will make your thighs and your hamstrings powerful, your glute region powerful. But ऐसे सीधा ही मुड़े, मतलब this is the body, सीधा ऐसे मुड़े और lift किया, you are killing your lumbar spine, you're killing your lumbar region. Even वो belt बांधा है उससे क्या होता है, कुछ नहीं होता, मतलब because the entire load will be exactly on L4, L5, S1, right? And that is the area which is the weakest when we'll be going into the details of anatomy of it. That is from where the disc can easily protrude back. Because of that available, immediately wahan pe there are anterior and posterior roots, it will compress and then the back pain starts. And this back pain lasts forever. So go for it. If possible, at least go for the CT scan. CT scan abhi nahi karenge to bhi at least a plain X-ray chest. X-ray, lumbar spine, AP view and the lateral one, right? ये दो मतलब front से and side से ये दो X-ray they are needed. Regarding your personal problem, दोस्त email करो. Mother and that child both died in the liver case. हाँ वो later on she died. Later on she died because the liver was extensively damaged. महाअवतार नरसिम्हा मूवी नहीं देखा है, बाकी है। हाँ हाँ, बेबी तो वो कैल्सिफाइड बेबी तो वॉज ऑब्वियसली डेड ना, इसलिए तो कैल्सिफिकेशन हुआ। इट्स अ वेरी रेयर थिंग क्रांत, वेरी रेयर थिंग। ऐसे केस तो देखने में भी कभी नहीं आता। नहीं, इन केस ऑफ टू यूट्रस, यूट्रस हैज गॉट इनफ कैपेबिलिटी, तो यूट्रस तो आराम से एक्सपांड होता है। बोथ द बेबीज दे सर्वाइव्ड। हाँ, फुल्ली फॉर्म्ड। हाँ, एबनॉर्मल हो भी सकता है, बट इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी। 800 grams तो I cannot reveal more details of the patient, but just इतना ही, because of that overweight, there is so much of fat. मतलब even if you look at her, मतलब I'm not doing this body shaming, but थोड़ा फिट रहना जरूरी है, थोड़ा शेप में रहना जरूरी है। मतलब that person, मतलब इतना डिप्रेशन, मतलब जस्ट जरा सी फाइट हुई तो देन वो मतलब 2-2 पेज लंबी मेल लिखती थी। मेरे ये मेरे हबी के साथ फाइट हुई, ये हुआ वो हुआ, दिस दैट, एंड देन आई एट 6 पैकेट्स ऑफ अब अपना लेज पोटैटो, एंड देन ऑन टॉप ऑफ इट वो डाइट कोक एंड व्हाट नॉट। पूरी पूरी वेब सीरीज 50-50 एपिसोड की सिंगल शॉट। हाँ, वन शुड नॉट बी एक्सट्रीमली स्किनी तो भी प्रॉब्लम है। हाउ मच प्रोटीन डू यू नीड? किसने पूछा? संस्कार, सुपर्ब क्वेश्चन, सुपर्ब क्वेश्चन। ये
0.8
आई
gram
शुड हैव,
per
आई शुड
kg,
हैव।
right?
हाँ, क्या?
0.8 gram per kg, right?
Yeah, it
Protein.
is per gram of body. See, it has to be 1 gram per kilogram of body weight. If your weight is 80 kilogram, 80 gram of protein minimum. But if you are working out, now what type of workout you are doing? Isotonic, isometric. So in which if you are lifting the weight, if you are using the stretch bands, if you are running long distance, move it to 1.2 to 1.5 grams per kilogram of body weight. Right? How will you decide whether I'll be requiring this? After workout, right? You should be fresh. You should feel कि हाँ अभी मजा आया. It should not be that you are absolutely drained. If you feel like you are absolutely drained, it is necessary to pump up the protein. Right? Another important thing. ये जिम वाले लोग कहते हैं अरे वर्कआउट खत्म किया, 30 minutes window have protein. गाली बोलने का मन। Protein when it goes into your body, right? वहां पे जाके it will be synthesized by liver से उसके बाद circulation में आएगा. After circulation it will be broken into those amino acids. And after that entire process finally it will reach to actin myosin, ATP में convert होके, and then that is where it will be getting utilized. वो कौन सा 30 मिनट में? You can have protein at any time of the day, but it is like a reserve capacity. Your body has got enough energy, right? So the moment any of this heavy exercise, it breaks the muscle, but then you develop that endurance and power when those muscles they get repaired. तब चाहिए, तब प्रोटीन होना चाहिए, right? So it is not so कि यार प्यास लगी चल कुआं खोद, right? No, it is not like that. So you can take it at any time of the day. Before workout, as someone asked, before workout you can बिल्कुल बिंदास ले सकते हैं.
But not right before workout, right? Or otherwise the vomiting
because
and
it will
all
go
that
heavy हो गया
sensations.
ना,
Yes.
heavy हो गया वो तो मतलब it is like anything. मतलब even if you are taking all those pre-workout drinks, so they all are very watery and very light, right? Pre-workout drinks.
They are just mostly electrolyte,
They are
caffeine.
mostly electrolytes, or they are something which is giving taurine, which is giving that pump, right? Which is giving that pump. You are taking that L-citrulline, or you are taking that choline. So they are just for immediate pump because it leads to that vasodilator effect. And some of them they stimulate. That is those ammonium salts when someone smells and then they go for very heavy lift. So that ammonium salt, which will be going via the olfactory nerve, it will straight away affect the brain, olfactory lobe. Now from there, it is connected to your limbic system. So that limbic system, that emotions that get fired up, because but brain immediately starts washing it. क्या रे ये बहुत हो गया. But in that 2-minute phase, yes, you can go for a heavy lift. But remember, it should not be that heavy because it can lead to muscle tear. How much should be our ideal body percentage? Fat percentage? Fat percentage. 20 to 23 is considered as good, is okay. More than 25, so ध्यान रखना शुरू करो. More than 30, तो then those तकलीफ.
40.
40. अगर जो 40 है तो it is an alarming. What should be the ideal weight for 18-year-old female? Just age is not, मतलब height and everything matters. दूसरा important concept, the structure, right? The structure. You do whatever you want. If your bone weight, your skeleton weight is more, so you can't go below certain level because the bone itself is weighing so much. Right, bone itself is. So that's why it is at this stage when you eat proper, bahar ka khana band karo, take proper nutrition, do proper exercise, put some load on those bones, right? So your bones will become so powerful, aapka weight thoda badhega, right? But it is the bone density. When your bone density is fantastic at any stage of the life, even if you get some injury, you'll be healing so fast. Otherwise, ये जितने भी जो कहते हैं ना कि बाथरूम में जो एल्डर्सली जब गिर जाते हैं तो they get the commonest fracture, it is called as the hip fracture. One of the worst fracture, because when the hip fracture occurs, when the head of the femur breaks, it is like that even nutrient artery breaks. Then the entire portion, gets resolved. And then वो ठीक होने में, then the artificial implantation, hip implantation, partial hip implantation, वो सब क्यों करना, right? And then as the age increases, the body slows down. That is theory. But then there are certain exercises, there are certain foods which you take, and it will keep you the thing what is called as the biological age and the chronological age. Chronological age is in which year you were born. You were born in 2005, so bas aapki age 20 saal. Nothing can be done. So when in the year 2050, you'll be of 45. No one can stop you from that. हो गए आप 45 के. But then your biological age, that could be even 22 and it could be 65. Right? Both the things are possible. So that's why your body engines, they are so good right now. So कुछ भी plus minus weight कम है तो work on it, weight ज्यादा है तो definitely work on it.
Sir, sorry to interrupt, but
बोलो यार.
how to check bone weight? Like I have that Samsung smartwatch and it shows 40 point something kilogram of bone weight. So can we consider it correct or?
Otherwise, if you know there is a device, it is usually available into all the gyms, right? वो जो पूरा ऐसे पकड़ के, मतलब there is a
Okay, हाँ.
right, and
on the weighing scale, right?
Weighing scale पे, and they give you the details, मतलब upper body, lower body, right? Fat percentage, bone density, this सब आ जाता है. And if you can spend about 3,000 rupees to then get your bone density done, DEXA scan, it is called as a DEXA scan. एक बार अगर जो कोई तकलीफ नहीं है ना तो मत कराना. But in case if there is any pain like back pain है या if you get some knee pain या फिर cracking joints है, ऐसा कुछ भी है, so just get it done. You'll be benefited with it. But it is bit costly. 3,000-3,500 का है.
Sir, I told you like I have high heart rate normally. Like resting heart rate is 70, 65, but while working out, it goes till 130, 140, and the max one is when I'm sprinting is 190 sometimes.
190.
Sometimes
अगर
190, yes.
दोस्त ध्यान रखना, मतलब इतना हार्ट रेट कभी मत ले जाना. It is deadly. It is deadly because 220 minus you are of the age of 20. This is 200. That means you are going over 97.5%.
Sir, my age is 17.
हाँ मतलब चलो ना ठीक है.
फिर भी बहुत है.
17 percentage wise it will just एक heart rate का मतलब एक beat का फर्क हुआ एक या दो. So this is in general I calculated. So maybe you are going on 96.5% of your MHR, maximum heart rate. मतलब at that point heart can fail. So never let it go. जिम में देखा ही होगा तो मतलब वो वीडियोस आते हैं, मतलब वेट उठाया and then धाम से गिरे and gone. Never do that. Never do that. Exercise करो तो with responsibility because you are planning for medical ना, doctor हो यार. What is this ACV logic? Do you know? ACV. मतलब ACV का क्या है? मतलब is it acid apple cider vinegar? या आप AVN का एवास्कुलर नेक्रोसिस के बारे में बोल रही हैं? Let me know. मुझे पता नहीं चला. ACV is apple cider vinegar. If it is apple cider vinegar, very difficult to absorb it. But yes, it is considered as one of the things for weight loss when it is taken in the morning. अरे वाह, सौते वेजिटेबल शुरू किया. Good.
Sir, it's very better AC.
Sir, does it improve insulin sensitivity?
Sorry. फिर से पूछें. फिर से. What was the question?
Does it improve insulin sensitivity, ACV?
Definitely it improves. It is medically and experimentally proven that it improves insulin sensitivity. That's right. That's right. Sriraj, 17% bone weight. दोस्त कम है. Check your D3. D3. Daksh. Running on treadmill, what should be our breathing pattern? चलो एक काम करते हैं, आज यही रखते हैं because we will take this main topic next time, right? So as such it is Saturday, तो क्यों इतना load लेना?
So,
Donald Trump is already giving so much load, है ना? पूरा market गिरा दिया कर.
excuse me, sir.
हाँ बोलो बोलो.
Sir, there is a message in the chat. Please check it.
नहीं तो ना, अच्छा ठीक है. Because there are so many messages I'm finding it. I'm trying to take it them one by one. Weight is 53 and at the age of 18. 53 is okay. 53 weight is not bad. हाँ कोई भी ऐसा पर्सनल हो, ज्यादा पर्सनल हो, बट इफ इट देखो ये इट इज इन जनरल फॉर एवरीवन. नाउ आज कोई पढ़ाई नहीं कर रहे, राइट? मतलब दिस इज ऑल्सो सॉर्ट ऑफ पढ़ाई ओनली, बट व्हाट वी आर डिस्कसिंग इज इन केस इफ इट इज एनी ऑफ द इशू, ऐसा इशू कि जो पर्सनल तो है, बट इफ यू फील लाइक ये इशू इवन अदर दूसरों को भी हो सकता है, just let me know. I won't be taking your name, but we'll discuss that. And yes, we'll can discuss anything. Okay. Okay. You asked the question about. Okay, 2% asked this question about the porn. One, when you say that you are addicted to porn. Now, one thing is that this is the first important positive thing what has come into your mind. I am addicted. Right? I am addicted. This is a wonderful thing. मतलब जब दिमाग में आए कि हाँ बॉस मुझे एडिक्शन हो गया, देन एंड देन यू कैन कम आउट. अदरवाइज कोई माने नहीं कि नो आई एम फाइन, so then they can never come out. So this is like, don't feel bad, no need to write sorry also, मत लिखो, right? Being in IT, मैं बताऊं 56% of the internet traffic तो साले उसके मतलब it is on this porn. The porn servers, those sites which are hosting the porn videos, they are the finest and the most powerful servers. मतलब कोई कंपैरिजन नहीं है उन सर्वर्स के कंपैरिजन में. इवन हमारा जो पूरा साइबर सेल है वो बच्चा लगे. Such level of servers they are using, such type of encryption system they are using. They are that powerful because the amount of money which flows, right, they can afford. And एक याद रखना, anything which is given free to you, right, any product, ये याद रखना, right, just for 1 minute, no message, मत करो, सुन लो. Any product which is given free to you, then you are the product. आपको मुफ्त में ये पोन दिखाए जा रहे हैं, तो what are they getting out of it? उसके अंदर they are putting the bots. They are putting the cookies. Now, if you are using Apple, then a message would come, right? About the cookies, essential cookies, all cookies. So cookies are what? Cookies are nothing but they are very small programs and uske andar dal diye so that next time they are actually monitoring that what type of movies are you watching. From that your profile is created. From ye cookie nahi Sachin, right? So your profile is created. From that profile so much of information. And then one fine day जब पता चलता कि यार मेरा कंप्यूटर हैक कैसे हो गया, right? कुछ हैक नहीं हुआ. One they know that if he, even she, females also they watch the porn, right? So they are making the profile, and from that profile when you are sent one message, एक ना एक दिन target करते हैं, and then this is what is called as a man in the middle attack. Many of the machines, many of the computers, if you are not protecting, we can take even that session also one day. You are not protecting whether it is your computer, whether it is your cell phone, anything. If it is not properly protected, everything whatsoever you are doing can be seen. And for Android, to मैं बताऊं कि it takes minutes to hack your phone. It takes minutes. And then आप जो खेल कर रहे हो यहाँ मुझे स्क्रीन पे दिख रहा है. I can watch. Right? And at any point of time, if I want to, I can stop your message. And then someone is getting the reply. It is me who is sending the reply. So that's the reason. क्योंकि who knows? मतलब Android system use कर रहे हैं या Apple कर रहे हैं. All the things they are open. By default खोल के रखा हुआ है सारा backdoor entry it is called. Everything. So you need to protect your systems, phones very properly if you are doing any of the transactions. Right? Resting time between two sets, it's a very long question, but usually 1 minute. Usually 1 minute. D3 is 9.5. Those very dangerous. Immediately after this lecture, go and get D3 60,000 IU. Start immediately. Take it twice a week. आज Saturday, एक Saturday को लो, एक Wednesday को लो. Start it. Take it for at least 3 months. 9.5 for a male, it is very less. While running for about 10-15 minutes at a speed of 12, I feel pain in the liver region ocean. 12 kilometers per hour, right? That is, I would say that is a good speed. If you can consistently do it for say 10 minutes. So 10 minutes, matlab you are running 2 kilometers. You are running 2 kilometers or 10 to 12. That means 2 se 3 kilometer. Say 2 to 3 kilometers. If you are running for at this speed, it's a very good speed. The pain which you are getting in the region of liver, it is just because the lungs, they are pumping so much of oxygen that it is a diaphragmatic movement, and that's why it leads to that type of pain, right? Decrease the speed. Pain should not develop. The running should be comfortable running. Comfortable running. It should be very comfortable running.
So,
Huh?
I have a doubt.
Huh?
Sir, after completing MBBS, when we go for MD or PG, sir, does taking course like cardiology or neurology depends on our marks? Like if we have higher marks, we can take higher courses, and if we have lower marks, we can opt for lower courses for PG. Is it like that?
Say courses, so they are paid courses, right? So that is in many of the courses they are paid. You pay the money, you join the course, right? They don't care what was your score. Your scores are seen only when you are going for post-graduation seat, right? Because that is where you are going for the actual post-graduation program. And there are specific seats for that. And that is where the merit will come into picture. Otherwise, there are so many courses. You can do those courses. That is for those extra knowledge or some extra experience. Say, for example, there are multiple courses on ultrasound going on, USG abdomen, USG pelvis, and even they can be more specific. But in those 3 days, like the course cost would be say $5,000. But it is all practical. So they take it for granted that you know all the concepts, basics, everything good. So they won't be telling about us, this is liver, this is hepatic artery, this is portal vein, this is bile duct. No, nothing like that. Straight away they come to the point. Right? But those courses, they are pretty expensive. So should I mail you about the issue because I'm not able to understand what a step in relation with a person? Well. देखो, सुनने में बुरा लगेगा. ये मैं नाम नहीं ले रहा आपका. I won't be taking your name, but at the same time, more than 15 emails about this relationship problem. सुन लो पहले ध्यान से. In medical, right, there is something what is called as the pain, right? If there is pain in this solar plexus, there is pain in shoulder, there is pain in hand. Will you let that pain continue? कि नहीं होने दो, right? नहीं, I won't take any painkiller, I won't take any rest. क्या करते हो? मतलब इवन जरा सा हाथ में भी लगा, immediately you will crepe with crepe bandage, right? लगा दिया, less movement, इसके ऊपर you applied biofreeze, so that we want that, yes, बॉस ये हाथ एकदम ठीक हो जाना चाहिए, right? So that is the healing system of the body. That is the healing system. Why do we forget this thing in case of the relationship? If someone is giving, देखो दो चीजें. You are my friend. Then there can be, मतलब if we are discussing, so there is something what is called as the difference of opinion. Difference of opinion, right? I really respect that. कि हाँ ठीक है यार. My girlfriend, if she is telling कि नहीं यार this ये ऐसा नहीं ऐसा होना चाहिए, ठीक है, चल, let me think even from that perspective, right? She is not giving me pain, but it is her thought process. So do respect, give space to her or him. मतलब this is in general, right? But if someone is giving pain ना, तो then decide कर लो. I'll give only 3 chances. एक चांस दिया, रजिस्टर हुआ, warn her. क्या मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगा. ये साले मेल्स को क्यों इतनी बुद्धि नहीं होती, बोल ही नहीं सकते कि नहीं उसको बुरा लगेगा. Do hell with that. यार तेरी अपनी एग्जिस्टेंस है ना, योर इंपॉर्टेंस इज देयर. मैं नाम नहीं ले रहा, बट दिस इज, आई नो ऑल ऑफ यू गाइस आर देयर. कुछ तो मुझे नाम अभी दिख रहे हैं. हाँ, तो तेरी एग्जिस्टेंस है ना, यू बी हैव सम सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट. एंड इवन इन रिवर्स केस, सम ऑफ द फीमेल्स, इफ ही इज उल्टा सीधा बोल रहा है तो सहन क्यों कर रही हो? जितना किसी को परेशान करना गुनाह है, उतना सहन करना भी गुनाह है. डिसाइड. 3 चांस देंगे. एक दिया, वॉर्न. दूसरा चांस कि अब नहीं होना चाहिए. बी वेरी क्लियर एंड वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट इन दैट. एंड द मोमेंट द रूल इज ब्रोकन फॉर द 3rd टाइम, बाय. और फिर पीछे मुड़ के मत देखो. तो अभी साले 17-18 साल के, एंड यू आर हैविंग सो मेनी कॉम्प्लिकेशंस. ट्रस्ट मी, बिकम बेस्ट ऑफ द डॉक्टर. चला ऐसे रिश्ते आएंगे, ऐसे लोग मिलेंगे, यू विल फील लाइक कि बॉस यस, नाउ वी आर ऑन द टॉप ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. मतलब अपनी क्वालिटी तो रखो. जो आपने वो जो मेल भेजी थी, right? क्या मतलब, why you are getting involved with such persons who are hampering your progress? Be absolutely selfish. मतलब मैं बोल रहा हूँ, सुनने में बुरा लगेगा, but be the most selfish person in the world. अपने आप को उस लेवल पे आ जाओ, लेके आओ. इफ यू आर अ फीमेल तो देन लड़के को उस लेवल पे आना पड़े बात करने के लिए, या इफ यू आर अ मेल तो देन टेक टू दैट लेवल के उस लेवल की लड़की आपसे बात करे. तो देन मतलब ये क्या है, वन थिंग व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एज जस्ट अ फैसिनेशन, राइट? बस स्टॉप पे खड़े थे, हाथ छू गया, 3 दिन तक हाथ नहीं धोया, क्या रे उसका हाथ लगा था, और ठीक है, मतलब वी ऑल्सो यूज टू डू दैट. बट देन दिमाग में भगवान ने कैसा लगा, कोई था नहीं कि जो बुद्धि दे कि बस चुपचाप हाथ धो के खाना खा ले, राइट? देयर इज नो पॉइंट, देयर इज नो पॉइंट इन नॉट ईटिंग. करे उसने मुझे मेरे से हंस के बात नहीं की, शी नेवर केयर्ड. ये वन वे ट्रैफिक ना, इसको बंद कर दो. मतलब जो कहते हैं ना कि देन आई सॉ द मूवी, मतलब वो जो जिस दिन वो कल्लू में से कालिया बन गया ना, देन बुद्धि आई कि नो बॉस, अपनी इंपॉर्टेंस है। एंड देन व्हेन द लाइफ गोज यू रियलाइज कि हाँ दिस, अब बात सही है। जितनी भी फीमेल्स है ना यहाँ पे, मतलब आई एम टेलिंग टू ऑल मेल्स, आस्क देम, मतलब व्हाट दे, दिस इज डेफिनेटली इसके बारे में दिल से बात करेंगे, बट इट इज लाइक योर कॉन्फिडेंस इज मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट, योर सब्जेक्ट नॉलेज इज मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट, बिकॉज व्हाट फीमेल, दिस इज लाइक अ रियल फीमेल साइकोलॉजी, मतलब irrespective of the age, what they feel is their biggest attraction is your brain, your intelligence. It happens like because that intelligence is something which goes from generation to generation, right? So she would, from a female perspective, the estrogen level is so beautiful. It always thinks of, because why the females are so passionate, so loving? It is because of the estrogen. ये टेस्टोस्टेरोन तो जो है वो तो उसको एक ही काम आता है, ये भाला लिया और चलो शिकार करने, राइट? बस दैट्स इट. So for estrogen, it is so sensitive because they will be taking the generation to the next level. So obviously she'll feel like that my next generation should be super powerful, super beautiful, super intelligent, right? So ये जितने भी हैं कहते हैं अरे फीमेल्स आर इम्प्रेस्ड बाय ये ऐसा टी शर्ट पहना और ऐसा पहना और ये बाइक और वो बाइक, फीमेल अंडरस्टैंड्स एवरीथिंग. एंड दूसरी एक इंटरेस्टिंग चीज बताऊं, राइट? नॉर्मली आई से दिस थिंग व्हेन वी डिस्कस अपना स्कल, जब स्कल डिस्कस करते हैं, राइट? दिस इज फॉर ऑल मेल्स, एंड एवरी फीमेल वुड एग्री टू दैट, राइट? बताना वेदर आई एम राइट और नॉट. मस्त एक रूम है, राइट? पार्टी वाला रूम, एंड देन देर आर very good females over there. When the males enter, right? इसने देखा हाँ ये फीमेल, and then that male will start doing that all बंदरबाजी, right? Just to impress her. वो तो देख भी नहीं रहे. But yes, male will keep on doing that attempt. ये साला fielding males क्यों भरते हैं? And you know the females, God has given them that capability because the structure of the skull is such that their peripheral vision is 10 degrees more than males. So when you saw that female, उस फीमेल ने ऑलरेडी आपको देख लिया है कि अब ये जो बंदरबाजी कर रहा है, इवन शी इज नॉट वाचिंग हर फ्रॉम हर पेरिफेरल विजन, बिंदास शी इज वाचिंग एंड इज इवैल्यूएटिंग यू. दिस इज अ गॉड गिवन गिफ्ट. दूसरा, इतना कम था तो भगवान ने एक और अंदर अचार डाल दिया, एंड दैट इज द सिक्स सेंस. सिक्स सेंस, सिक्स सेंस इज समथिंग विच इज लैकिंग इन मेल्स. बुद्धि ही नहीं है, मतलब कभी सोचते ही नहीं है. For females, right? Sixth sense is like she can assess a male. मतलब ये आप सोचना, even if she is of the age of 5 साल की बच्ची है ना, मतलब you'll say 5 साल के बच्चे में तो क्या बुद्धि. If someone is watching with negative intention, right? Negative intention, immediately her position will be like सुकड़ जाएगी, right? This is a God-given gift to every female, every female. This is what is called as the cognitive ability. It is like,
Sir, now I am scared of women.
No, you should not be. You should not be, right? And you will be surprised. मेरी फीमेल फ्रेंड्स ज्यादा है एज कंपेयर टू मेल फ्रेंड्स. मतलब बिंदास मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ. My female friends, they are much more as compared to male friends. वो they are one of the best support. They are genuinely intelligent. But at times what really happens is फीमेल को ना खुद ही नहीं पता चलता. दिस इज द नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट ऑफ इट. वेरी फ्यू फीमेल्स दे नो दैट दे आर ब्रेन विद ब्यूटीज. वेरी फ्यू फीमेल नो, नहीं पता होता उनको. सो दैट्स व्हाई दे गेट एक्सप्लॉइटेड. गालियां भी देता हूं सीरियसली, मतलब इफ समवन इज गोइंग रॉन्ग तो बिंदास मुंह पे, राइट? बट इट इज नेसेसरी. शायद कुछ ईमेल्स में मैंने आप लोगों को ऐसा लिख भी दिया है उल्टा सीधा, बट वो जानबूझ के लिखा है. आई वॉन्टेड टू गिव यू सम शॉक. वो जरूरी है, राइट? सो द पॉइंट इज दैट बी वेरी जेन्युइन यार. अपना इंसल्ट कभी मत होना. नो वन इज एज इंपॉर्टेंट एज यू, वेदर यू आर गर्ल और बॉय, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. राइट, यू आर इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड डेफिनेटली थोड़ा क्लास रखो. मतलब नो वन शुड बी एबल टू टेक यू ऑन राइड. राइट, देखिए इसको तो कुछ भी. I do read some of the news. एक लड़की ने 16 आईफोन इकट्ठे किए, 16 iPhones. और
Yes, sir, I saw this news. And he sold all of those iPhones
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, मैंने कहा
and bought a
16,
house.
हाँ, फ्रॉम डिफरेंट बॉयफ्रेंड्स. मैंने कहा बॉस, मुझे तेरे पास एक ही चीज सीखनी है, द आर्ट ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. मतलब शी कुड बी वन ऑफ द बेस्ट HR
Time
मैनेजर.
manager. Time
मतलब
manager.
16 बॉयफ्रेंड हैंडल कर रही है, किसी को पता नहीं है एक दूसरे का. सभी के सभी आईफोन 15-16 दिए जा रहे हैं. हाउ अमेजिंग.
Sir, it was such a good planning.
So that's why I'm scared.
नहीं नहीं, डर मत रखो, डर मत रखो, डर मत रखो. Few of my friends आज मतलब they are my friends since 20 years. 20 years. But it is like कभी कभी झगड़ा नहीं हुआ, never ever. हाँ, पर ऐसा नहीं है कि there is no difference of opinion. वो तो बिल्कुल क्रिस्प, क्लियर, फटाक. And now they also know कि अभी कुछ हुआ तो ये सामने से बोल देगा. So be very clear. Keep your stand clear. वो हर एक बात में हाँ 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 नहीं. And randomly मैं आप पूछ रहा हूँ फीमेल से, will you like that person जो हर एक बात में आपकी हाँ 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 कर रहा है? Will you like that
No.
person?
Oh,
No, never.
No. No, sir.
दोस्त, इतनी लंबा मैसेज मेरे लिए पढ़ना मुश्किल होगा. आप मुझे मेल करो, बिकॉज इट इज जस्ट टू लॉन्ग. It's just I saw that badminton etc. But please मुझे मेल करना. ये इतना लंबा मैसेज would be difficult. वेट लॉस गेट स्टबन. हाँ, वेट लॉस में व्हेन यू विल बी, मैंने जो बोला कि इवन इफ यू स्टार्ट एवरी डे द इंटरमिटेंट फास्टिंग, वेट लॉस वुड स्टार्ट, बट एट सम टाइम्स इट विल कम टू अ प्लेटो. प्लेटो मीन्स कुछ भी कर लो. वो जो कहते हैं कि मैं तो एक रोटी खाती हूँ फिर भी मेरा वजन नहीं कम होता, तो नो, नाउ इट इज नॉट द फॉल्ट ऑफ रोटी. नाउ इट इज लाइक यू नीड टू बर्न योर कैलोरीज. राइट, सो उसके लिए अब भागना पड़ेगा, वेट लिफ्टिंग करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज यू नीड टू ब्रेक दिस बैरियर वंस अगेन. उसके बाद अगेन द वेट वुड स्टार्ट ड्रॉपिंग. राइट, बट यस, व्हाट यू सेड इज इट गेट्स स्टबन. कंसिस्टेंटली करो. राइट, नाउ इफ योर वेट इज 116 किलोग्राम, ये 116 में से 80 होने में तो 3 साल लगेंगे. इम्पॉसिबल कि ये आप सितंबर में जाओ तब तक हो. If you try to do that, na, heart will crash. Your body systems will crash. वो YouTube पे, हाँ, वो I was about to say that and you wrote. I was about to say, मतलब YouTube पे जो वीडियो एक हफ्ते में 5 किलो कम करे, 10 किलो कम करे. There is some video 3 घंटे में 4 किलो वजन कम करे. आप सोचो, मतलब then there are 1 million likes, 1 million views.
Muscle loss is tremendous in that stage, right? Case. Sorry.
मैं नाम नहीं ले रहा, बट से नेवर इंसल्ट अ फीमेल दोस्त. कि आर्ग्यूइंग विद द फीमेल इज अ वंडरफुल वे ऑफ वेस्टिंग योर टाइम. मैं आपका नाम नहीं ले रहा, बट नेवर से दैट. दे अब आपने बोला है इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ. इफ यू वांट टू मेक अ मेल, राइट, मेल बनाना है, चलो फैक्ट्री में मेल बनाते हैं, तो दिस इज प्रूवन इट विल कॉस्ट अबाउट 430 crore rupees. Everything, मतलब वो बनाओ. If you want to make female, na, it will take more than 800 crores to make a female. Just one simple thing. Male has got testosterone. Testosterone formation, when we'll study that, testosterone formation is pretty simple. From the cholesterol and everything it is made, and it is not that complex. Estrogen and progesterone, this cycle, that menstrual cycle, right, as such it is so complicated, but when it goes into the female, it has got the brain ka function hota hai, stress effects will be affecting those cycles, what not. And then just from that ovum and sperm, she has got the capability to give a new birth, right? At the same time, the brain functions, the dedication of a female, it is considered as much powerful as compared to male. Males, they can think only on one. मतलब it is like देखो, even अपने खिचड़ी बना रहे हैं, right? All the males, right, will agree to me. यार बॉस खिचड़ी बना रहे हैं तो भी we feel like that it is
complicated.
we are on some mission, right? We are on some mission कि भाई इतनी खिचड़ी ली, पानी कितना, मम्मी से पूछा 2 गुना, अच्छा एग्जैक्टली कितना, ये 2 गुना, ये जरा 10 ml ज्यादा हुआ, ड्रॉपर लेके कम किया, right? And then timer and everything, as if it is some mission. And when female is cooking, बूम बूम हाथ से डाल रहे हैं, रोटियां बना रहे हैं, अरे ये तेरा वे बिल दे देना, ये कर देना, ये तेरे कपड़े वहां पे रखे हैं, ये शूज यहाँ पे. I mean, they can think on and still the खाना is tasty. करके तो देखो तो पता चला.
Sir, so that is also the reason why females tend to become great politicians and prime ministers.
फीमेल, मैं तो ये बोल रहा हूँ, फाइटर पायलट जो है ना वो मेल होते हैं. प्राइमरी टारगेट, सेकेंडरी टारगेट दिया, ढन 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 बॉम्ब फेंके वापस, राइट? फोकस्ड, और कुछ नहीं देखना. There are very less female pilots. Again, those who are female pilots, not insulting them, but if you'll see those female pilots, their structure is very much malish, right? If you really check their hormones, so testosterone levels, they will be a bit high because it is the testosterone level which keep focus, pas ek kaam. While the estrogen has got that capability to focus on 6 different things together. So brain functionality, matlab hardware is same. Matlab when we'll cut, we'll find this is amygdala, this is limbic system, this is cerebellum, this is red nucleus, pons, वो सब same. CT scan करेंगे same, but when it comes to functional level, there is a big difference. Book पढ़नी हो तो पढ़ना. Men are from Mars and women are from Venus, right?
भगवान ने ही भेदभाव करके भेजा है.
हाँ,
भगवान ने ही भेदभाव करके भेजा है.
और one of the very best, one of the very fine sentence जो उस book में है, that male say male give love to have sex, females give sex to have love. There is a complete difference between both of them. Complete difference. So all of you are adults. So one day we'll be even discussing that. जो मैंने शायद पहले बोला था, responsibility as a male. How should you really handle your female nicely? मतलब unfortunately ये ना तो कहीं colleges में सिखाया जाता है. And in BJ Medical College, the moment I wrote the physiology of intercourse and सब खी हंसने लगे. I said only one thing कि बहुत दोस्त हंस ले अभी. Without this ना, मतलब जब तेरी फीमेल तुझको लात मारेगी ना, उस दिन बुद्धि आएगी, उस दिन पता चलेगा. Or I'm becoming very worst when it's like whenever there is some extramarital affair, right? For male, it is said, अरे देखा यार अपना तो ऐसा. And for female, अरे she is bad. क्यों? Female goes for this thing only when उसका male is useless. Useless in the sense in many ways, right? You are smart enough to understand, but from intellectual level, physical level, this, that, all levels. It is like very simple सी चीज है. For a male, it is like a 1 minute shot, then that's it. Is over. उल्टा होके सो गया. But for female, it is just the beginning, right? And then rarely any female is there who has experienced these one after the other, the third climaxes. Very rarely, not even 1% of the females. But if your female experiences this, trust me, she will never ever leave you. But this is not something which is your physical capability. It is said that sex is between 2 ears. It is not between 2 legs. It is between 2 ears. You have to be intellectually to that level and understand the physiology. You can become a great Formula car racer only if you know your car well. You need to know the engine so well. So being a doctor, you should be the best person because जब इतनी anatomy पढ़ेंगे, इतनी physiology पढ़ेंगे, but the moment ये chapter आता है, no question would be asked ever. कभी नहीं पूछेगा कोई वाइवा में, कभी कोई नहीं पूछेगा, इवन आपका ये लेक्चर भी नहीं होगा. मतलब the moment वो चैप्टर आता है, ओहो पेज मार दिया. ये this is not important, right? People say this is not. In BJ Medical College, I used to insist कि नहीं sir, I'll go. I used to tell HOD, हेड ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट के, नो आई विल गो एंड टीच देम, इट इज नेसेसरी. एंड कितने टाइम के बाद कोई वो मिलते हैं, कहते हैं सर वो जो सिखाया था अब पता चला उसकी क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है. सो when people get married, तो वो पहले 2 महीने 3 महीने तो वो ठीक है, बट देन व्हाई इट इज सो दैट आफ्टर सर्टेन एज, after certain duration, suddenly they start losing interest in each other, right? All वो सब बड़ी बड़ी बातें और वो चांद और तारे और this that everything it gets evaporated, सब चला जाता है. जो मतलब था ना कि एक लेडी ने मतलब वो केस कर दिया हॉस्पिटल पे कि आफ्टर सर्जरी माय हस्बैंड हैज लॉस्ट इंटरेस्ट इन मी, एंड दैट इंटरेस्ट वाज रिटन इन कोट्स, interest, right? He has lost all the interest in me. Now he is not even coming near me. कोर्ट में केस कर दिया. She lost the case. She lost the case because हॉस्पिटल का जो लॉयर था उसने सिर्फ एक स्टेटमेंट दिया कि सर हमने तो कैटरेक्ट सर्जरी की थी. Now he is able to see her well. So that's why for every female it is very much necessary to keep yourself in best of the shape at any age. At any age. Otherwise जो फीमेल, कितने फीमेल बोलते हैं अरे अब क्या, व्हाट इज दिस, अब क्या, आई मीन कहते अब तो 2 बच्चे हो गए, अब क्या. यार you need to look beautiful not for the world, for yourself, right? So that is so. विक्रांत पूछना हो डायरेक्टली पूछ लो, लेकिन now I won't be able to read all the messages as they have gone in more than 50.
Yes sir, exactly. Like अगर ये टॉपिक इतना इम्पोर्टेंट है तो फिर एज बीइंग स्टडिंग एमबीबीएस ये अलग से क्यों नहीं पढ़ा थे अगर इतना
कौन
इम्पोर्टेंट है?
पढ़ाएगा? बॉस आपने कौन किसने पूछा क्वेश्चन?
विक्रांत. यस सर.
दोस्त अपने मॉम डैड को बोलो कि आज ना मेरा ये टॉपिक पढ़ाने वाले हैं. मतलब मैं इन जनरल बात कर रहा हूँ, नॉट ब्लेमिंग योर पेरेंट्स. सीधा ना मैसेजेस आते हैं मुझे तो सर आप क्या पढ़ा रहे हो, बंद करो ना.
But isn't it this equally important? Like समझ ही नहीं आता. The society is being
right. It is like जब बात हुई तब ये कि yes it is important, but who understands that? In India there is so much of stigma. The moment you write SE, अरे बस अभी यहाँ पे @ लिखो और ऐसा कुछ लिखो, पर वो पूरा वर्ड मत लिखो. नहीं, अरे YouTube बैन कर देता था. बाकी उसके अंदर नॉनसेंस वीडियोस कितने सारे हैं. all sorts of कचरा is there, but when you start talking about this, no, right? And yes, even the best lecture which happened is that occurred at the Mithi Bai College. When I was at Mithi Bai College, इस lecture लिया था. Mithi Bai College, Vincent College and the Xavier's College, ये 3 colleges का audience था. 90% were girls. Audience more than 3,000. It was the most successful lecture. मतलब उन्होंने वो मीठी बाई में उन्होंने बोला कि सर हमारे यहाँ कोई स्पीकर आज तक 5 मिनट से ज्यादा नहीं टिका. ऐसे ठीक है, देखते हैं. The lecture lasted for 4 hours. At the end of 4 hours also, no one was ready to go. It is that topic जो आपकी पूरी जिंदगी में काम लगता है, बट कौन बोलता है? Who speaks about it? I mean, when we start discussing it, so you have to be like very open. You have to listen with very open mind. क्योंकि I give some of the examples, even the real examples. Just मैं नाम नहीं लेता, but if one of my senior student, मतलब उसकी जब मेल आई, मैंने पहली बार लड़की को गंदी गाली लिखी कि इतनी इडियट है, आर यू सच अ बिग फूल. सब लिखा because you have destroyed yourself. and किसने डिस्ट्रॉय किया? उसके सीनियर ने. क्यों? पेपर खराब गया, दारू पिलाई, and then everything whatever happened, and she got pregnant, and then she is in a big trouble. She is in another country. अब वहां पे तो laws are so strict, मार डाले. ये चीजें जो हैं, मतलब don't be so cheap. बस you are the best person in the world, और अपने आप को अप्रिशिएट करना सीखो. सो दैट्स व्हाई जो मैं कह रहा था ना, when we say the auto suggestion, Give yourself the suggestion that you are the most beautiful person in this world. So when you say you are the most beautiful, when you are talking to yourself, so इसमें ना थोड़ा ईगो भी आ जाएगा कि बॉस आई एम द मोस्ट ब्यूटीफुल. तो यस दैट होना चाहिए. This is your circle. Don't let anyone enter into your circle. Right? मत करो. Otherwise, you will be perished. खत्म हो जाओगे. Good. Playing football, sweating is normal. Can women control emotions better than men? इसके लिए the best I'll say, they know how to express. Males, वो पता नहीं कौन सा अमिताभ बच्चन के मूवी था, मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता. Right? Give once one more गाली, मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता. क्यों? Pain receptors नहीं है? नहीं. And one who can resist the pain, they are more masculine. अरे लगा था तो दर्द हो रहा था, नहीं लिखा जा रहा था, तो फिर भी बोले नहीं अपने तो करेंगे. अरे तो फिर वो it will heal in next 1 week. क्यों? There is no harm in telling के boss I am in trouble. In thus, it is necessary to express, right? मतलब if I say कि चलो मूवी देखते टाइम कौन रोया, हाँ अरे आंसू आ जाते हैं. Yes, it is not bad. It is not bad to cry. Right? But say ऐसा कुछ नहीं. Females, they can express very well. And that's why the heart attack, myocardial infarctions, they are maximum in males, not in females. Because वो जो रो लेते हैं ना, तो that so मन हल्का हो जाता है. जैसे गॉसिप करती है, अरे पड़ोसन को बोला अरे इसके ऐसा हुआ तैसा हुआ, पर बोल दिया ना, मतलब दिल पे अब वेट नहीं है, बाहर नहीं है. राइट? रात को आराम से सोती है. एज अ मेल वी फील कि नहीं, दिस इज माई एंटायर, मतलब पूरे यूनिवर्स का प्रेशर मेरे ऊपर है, आई एम सो स्ट्रॉन्ग, सो पावरफुल. अरे FO. फिर जब हार्ट अटैक आता है कोई नहीं होता. सो ऐसी I started doing warm up and okay, this is a good question. When you do workout, your knees shake when you are doing those squats. Hoga. That's why you can take a support, right? Support in the sense that, say for example, that's the chair. तो यहाँ chair पे पकड़ के and पकड़ के then you do the squats. If the knees are shaking, that means there is problem in those lateral compartments. So it is not giving the proper support. Lateral, collateral, and the medial collateral ligaments, they are not giving proper support. So we don't want your knees to be broken. Take the support. Keep doing it. 15 दिन के बाद जब 2 हाथ में से एक हाथ छोड़ दो, and then you do it. Then दूसरा हाथ भी छोड़ दो. You'll find that now you can do it, right? So this is okay. No problems. ये तो किसी भी एक्सरसाइज में ऐसा होता है. PCOD, polycystic ovarian disease, right? Usually it is detected by that ultrasound. Okay, some of the habits of males, that is it so that masturbation leads to loss of virility? Well, this is a natural process, right? It is true for male as well as it is true for females. It is a natural process. One thing, very clear, it's a natural process. Second, the testis that is so much capable, it can be recreated. The only trouble is if it is extremely frequent, then that will be leading to, because there is a loss of energy, it will lead to exhaustion. So when the person goes to the level of exhaustion, so then it would be difficult for that person to focus on the subjects, right? On the subject, that is, जो पढ़ाई करनी है उस पे focus नहीं रहेगा. दूसरा, during that act, people usually have got the habit of watching the porn. When they watch the porn, right, so then they automatically start judging the females. Literally, they start judging the females.
Objectifying.
Right? Because what happens is that during porn, what they are showing you, they have injected all sorts of injections, right? All sorts of injections, so that the most extraordinary act is shown. But it is the art of that editor who is on the terminals, right? One who is repeating some acts, right? Who is synchronizing it. He's adding the music. He's adding those extra sounds. Plus, during the ejaculation, matlab they show all sorts of nonsense things, right? It is not so. It is because those extra tubes and everything is kept in such a way so that it looks like, oh, such a masculine man, such a beautiful female. No, it is all silicone implants and everything is done because their aim is to catch you so that you are addicted and you keep on coming. Now, if someone, it keeps on watching, so then when even a very fine female, genuinely fine female, when she is talking in its normal way, but then dimag starts going into that direction. And female notices in seconds. बिकॉज आंख जो है वो उसकी आंख से आंख मिला के बात नहीं कर सकते, वो उसके बॉडी के दूसरे पार्ट्स पे आंख जा रही है. शी डिटेक्ट्स इट इन फ्रैक्शन ऑफ अ सेकंड एंड यू विल फाइंड कि मेरे से तो कोई फीमेल बात ही नहीं करती. दोस इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ दैट एंड इट्स नॉट अ फॉल्ट ऑफ मेल बिकॉज उसने जो स्क्रीन पे देखा, राइट, then uska subconscious is working in that direction. When it is working in that direction, then that's a trouble. Then you have to consciously stop it. Uska solution is also very simple. We'll talk about it, right? It is just nothing but just the auto suggestions. But सबसे important, when you ask such questions, this is good on your part and don't be sorry for this. Sorry mat likho.
Sir, can you tell us how to avoid it?
ठीक है. See, this is what is called as the auto suggestion. This is like a secret. Auto suggestion is you first write down what you want to improve, right? तकलीफ क्या है पहले केस हिस्ट्री में लिखते थे, we just write signs, symptoms, right? Patient is having this trouble since these many days, having this pain in this region वगैरह वगैरह लिखते हैं ना, right? So we write signs, symptoms. It is necessary for you to write. Now ये जो है ना लिखना, इसके अंदर कोई रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं. As I say that गाली लिखनी पड़े तो लिखना यार, लिख, do write, have guts to speak, and here you are speaking to yourself. अपनी तो इतनी ताकत नहीं है बोलने की, बोलना तो दूर की बात है, जान यार लिख भी नहीं सकते कि कोई पढ़ लेगा तो फाड़ देना पेज, जला देना, और एक बार लिखो and write it in most indecent language. वो शराफत से मत लिखो because दवाई कड़वी होती है, right? Write it with that power and then कि अब इसको सुधारना है. What steps, मतलब वो होगा नहीं होगा, don't think about it. What steps should you take? So बस उसके 3 सेंटेंस लिखो कि इतना 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 होता है नहीं होता है, don't worry about it, right? And then write those sentences, record those sentences, and then put it in loop. Put it into loop. Headphone लगाया and every day ज़्यादा नहीं, सिर्फ 3 मिनट, and still more effective 3 minutes before sleep. And you'll go to sleep, पता भी नहीं चलेगा. But this thing now it has entered into subconscious and then your subconscious will start getting rectified. Automatically you'll start feeling that now you are giving more focus to your fitness, you are giving more focus to your intellect, you are giving more focus to your even financial fitness, right? So that सब जगह अच्छा focus जा रहा है. And then suddenly you'll find that yes, females, they are more friendly with you because female के अंदर the capability to understand that yes, if he can focus on his fitness, if he can focus on his intellect, if he can focus on his finance, so he'll definitely be able to focus on me in its most fantastic way. So there is a difference between बाप का पैसा और आपका पैसा. Intelligence आपकी है, right? Focus on that. Fitness आपकी है. Focus on that, right? And किसके साथ comparison? अपने साथ. Never compare yourself with anyone. You can discuss, you can talk, right? आपने जैसे ये जो emails कुछ भेजी थी, ठीक है? मतलब it is like say if you are good in swimming, so then there is no need to, मतलब छोड़ने की जरूरत नहीं है, पर स्विमिंग इज समथिंग कि वो सब जगह मिलना मुश्किल होता है. आई लव स्विमिंग, पर वो जाना इज लाइक मुश्किल. दौड़ने के लिए तो सीधा शूज पहने रोड पे पहुंच गए, इट बिकम्स मच इजियर. रूम में, अपने रूम में भी देयर विद वन स्ट्रेच बैंड यू कैन डू वंडरफुल एक्सरसाइजेस. सो विल श्योरली टेक दैट फिटनेस पार्ट. वो आप लोगों ने बोला है, विल जरूर करेंगे. दोस्त, वन साइडेड लव या तो बोल दो या भूल जाओ. एक सेंटेंस में. आई डोंट वांट टू हर्ट यू, बट मैंने इतने में बोल दिया आंसर. या तो हैव गट्स, जाके बोल दो. ओनली इफ शी इज जेन्युइनली दैट पावरफुल, राइट. वो जैसे कहते हैं ना कि विंडो शॉपिंग मत करना. विंडो शॉपिंग इसका देखा फिदा हो गए, बस 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 आज से तो तू मेरी ये है वो. नो नो, जानो. इट इज नेसेसरी टू नो, राइट. बिकॉज विंडो शॉपिंग करते हैं, राइट. हाँ, ये शर्ट अच्छी है, पसंद आ गई, लेके आए, फिर कबर्ड में पड़ी है, अब दूसरी शर्ट लेनी है, राइट. दिस इज नॉट, दिस इज लाइफ. सो आराम से, मतलब जो कहते हैं ना कि फर्स्ट तो कोई फीमेल जो है वो फ्रेंडशिप इज द फ्रेंडशिप टू दैट लेवल के, जब एक बड़े बड़ी सिंपल सी चीज बताऊं, किसी फीमेल के साथ इफ यू कैन टॉक फॉर 2 hours and if that talk is so beautiful and so much so कि टाइम का ही पता नहीं चला, and on top of it you feel like कि टॉपिक तो ढूंढना ही नहीं पड़ा, बातें एक के बाद खुद ही निकल रही थी. So yes, this is a good thing. I'll tell you, I met one girl, right, when I was traveling on railway. मतलब रेल से ज्यादा I was going to Mumbai. I met one girl. मतलब हमने बात शुरू की, and then that talk, it went all the way from the Agatha Christie novel to palmistry to ornithology to study of birds and then oceanography. By the time when we reached Borivali, it was like इतनी जल्दी आ गया. Now it takes 7-8 hours, but yes. एंड दूसरे पैसेंजर, मतलब वो भी पता चल रहा था कि वो सोचिए दो बातें करते जा रहे हैं, नॉन स्टॉप टॉकिंग. इट हैपेंस, राइट. एंड कई बार उल्टा भी होता है ना, मतलब वो घर पे रिलेटिव आते 15 मिनट के बाद, यार ये जाए तो अच्छा.
Yes.
डिफिकल्ट इन ब्रीदिंग ड्यूरिंग नाइट, दैट्स कॉल्ड एज द एपनिया. दोस्त, अगर जो ये है तो देर इज वन वेरी सिंपल डिवाइस अवेलेबल, राइट. इट इज लाइक अ स्मॉल क्लिप विच यू हैव टू अप्लाई इन द नोज. वो 35-40 रुपए, मतलब 100 रुपए की 2 मिलती है. यू अप्लाई दैट and then see if it improves. Because difficulty in breathing during night, because when you go to sleep, it is the automatic rhythm. But this difficulty is like when brain suddenly forgets that मुझे सांस लेनी है, and then right एकदम जाग जाते हैं या सांस में तकलीफ पड़ना शुरू होता है. It is called as the apnea. It's a disease. It's a disease. वाइवा में तो सभी तरह के क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं. सीनियर्स बोली या सलॉट. well, don't allow anyone. मतलब ये, I'm not talking in specific about any senior, but many of the seniors, यहाँ पे जो प्रेजेंस का नंबर भी जो ड्रॉप होता है, वो मुझे पता है. जब when you go to those respective colleges, ये कमेंट तो बहुत बार आई है कि अननेसेसरी क्यों इतनी डिटेल में पढ़ाया जा रहा है, एग्जाम में तो कभी इतना नहीं पूछते. आई एम नॉट ट्रेनिंग यू फॉर एनी ऑफ द एग्जाम, आई एम ट्रेनिंग यू फॉर लाइफ. सो yes, it happens. That's why I never force. Even जब मैं lecture लेता था, even in BJ Medical College, even in any, I never used to take presence. It is entirely up to you whether to come or not. कभी lecture नहीं, मतलब कभी presence नहीं लेता था. Neither in Georgia nor in Ukraine, Turkey, Russia, कहीं पे मैंने कभी कोई presence नहीं ली, कभी नहीं. It is purely on the person. क्योंकि जबरदस्ती बिठा के क्यों, क्या मतलब. हाँ, लेटर ऑन यू डिसाइड फॉर योर स्पेशलिटी. अभी के लिए कुछ डिसाइड करने की जरूरत नहीं है. bilirubin levels, combi-stage, rectic node, and both are normal. Okay. If the bilirubin levels, they are elevated, right, just get your ultrasound done. We don't want that you are having fatty liver disease grade 1 or advancing it to 2. Just check it out. Yes, you are right. The alpha male thing. This is media. This is media. मीडिया में वॉट एवर मतलब जो सीरियल्स चलती है उसमें what they show is that is इतने मतलब there is so much of hype which has been created कि this type of shirt and this मतलब ये हमेशा मुझे होता था मतलब वो सास बहू वाली सीरियल और ये रात को सोते भी हैं तो मतलब गुड मॉर्निंग करके सब जाग रहे हैं एंड देन इतने सारे गहने इतने हैवी मेकअप तो यार इतना मेकअप करके ये सोती थी या वो आ रहा है तो मतलब सो वेल ड्रेस यार सवेरे सुबह उठो तो क्या हालत होती है मतलब जैसे सहारा के डेजर्ट में से चले आ रहे हैं मतलब ऐसे मुंह मुंह करके तो उठते हैं राइट बट वेल this is what it is being shown in media. It has got tremendous impact. Yeah. Well. Okay. Regarding the copper T, yes, it is one of the contraceptive devices, and plus there are others also, okay, and there are many differences. But we'll discuss that thing when we'll be discussing gynec. Back pain because of posture, well, could it be? It could be because of that, but we cannot stamp unless I know more details. Send a mail, right? That where exactly the pain in which region, because it is like we have now that we have got the thoracic, then lumbar, and then sacral, right? So is the most probably from your question, I feel like it must be the lumbar region, right? Because that is the region which is bearing the maximum weight. हाँ रेडियोलॉजी में तो लेने के लिए यू हैव टू बी द टॉपर और अभी तो जो डोनेशन वाले हैं तो वो तो 4 करोड़ से ऊपर का तो डोनेशन चल रहा है सो वेरी मच इनटू रोमांटिक नॉवेल्स क्यों व्हाई तो क्विट यार क्यों नहीं मतलब one of my very favorite movie is 50 Shades of Grey. That is so amazing, so lovely. तो इसमें क्यों why रोमांटिक नॉवेल पढ़ना बुरा थोड़ा है people die immediately after lifting some weight as recorded because when you go for very heavy deadlift it is like right you are taking full breathe in and it is at that point when there is so much of breathe in the lungs are full of air so there is tremendous compression tremendous load on the heart and on top of it when you are lifting then pectoralis major minor lats traps everyone is involved so there is no scope of breathing so it is during that stage, and when the muscles they start utilizing the energy, everything is pulled towards the muscle. There is relative decreased blood flow onto the brain, and the person faints. And in that case, if there is raised ICT, raised intracranial tension, so then that medulla oblongata it gets compressed, person dies. So lifting weight, right? Do it systematically. There is a method by which you should never increase the weight by more than 5% per 2 weeks. I mean, if you are doing the deadlift with 100 kilogram, right? So then 105 tab karo when you are very comfortable with 100 for 15 days. Right? There is a rule called 8, 12, 16. You do the 16 lifts, then you 12, then 8. Or you can add till failure. Then the day you become so comfortable कि 16 के मारने के बाद reps के बाद भी you are finding no I can increase it by just 5 kilogram 2.5 kilogram की plate on both the sides and then do it right but nothing at the cost of कोई अच्छी लड़की देखी है जोर से चिल्ला के ये इतना अपना वेट उठा रहे हैं she never cares seriously she is busy in her exercise. Regarding this PCOS and hormones, etc., very long question, right? So sorry, अभी के लिए मैं नहीं ले रहा ये question. Weight 72, that is okay. Okay. You have made changes into your diet. Very nice. I'm not reading it in more detail, but good. sound comes. That is snapping joint, right? That is when you move your hand to it tuck tuck hota hai. Start having ghee. Ghee is not bad, right? A good quality ghee, good quality almond, walnuts, they are good for your body. Your synovial system is getting affected. और बाहर का खाना बंद करो. Monosodium glutamate, it affects very badly onto your joints. Weight thermostat, no, there is nothing like weight thermostat. Thermostat, thermo means temperature. It is the regulation of the temperature. Right? Okay, your weight is increasing. Periods are not normal. 56 kilogram in January, now 60. My blood, everything is normal. Testosterone 83. Now send a mail. Right? Whatever you have written, that is enough to say, but send a mail. I need to talk to you. कोई बात नहीं, उसका क्यों टेंशन लेना. Next exam is introduced. Next exam जो भी exam आएगी, it will be for everyone, and we'll handle it, right? So don't make any frustration for that. Don't worry, it would be fine. क्या बोलेंगे?
Sir, I have a question.
हाँ बोलो.
Sir, you did a degree in IT or tech after completing your MBBS
हाँ.
because you were interested in it. Sir,
अरे नहीं, वो that was because of a girl. मतलब after वो ego होता है ना, but thanks to that girl. मतलब after completion of I know हंसोगे. After I did my MBBS, then did my DMRE, then did MD radiology, and then super specialization in MRI. Right? तो job वो भी थी, अच्छी थी. But went to one computer center. पता नहीं मेरा कोई दोस्त ही था, तो she said के आओ ना मेरा computer center था. ठीक है. Went over there and वहां पे कीबोर्ड पड़ा था, तो मैंने ऐसे एक बटन ऐसे दबाया. तो उसकी सिस्टर सेड, डू यू नो हाउ टू ऑपरेट दिस कंप्यूटर? आई सेड नो. तो कहते डॉक्टर हो गया अपने घर पे, अगर जो नहीं पता ना तो ऐसे की नहीं दबाते, कंप्यूटर खराब हो जाता है. बस लग गई कि यार ये क्या. एंड देन विद इन द स्पैन ऑफ 16 months I acquired 23 international degrees in IT. That is all the way from Cisco, from Microsoft, from Sun Microsystems, from CompTIA. Then learned graphic animation and multimedia, opened my own center known as Seagate, Computerized Graphic Animation Technical Education. And the best part was that I got 16 students in first month. All 16 were girls, right? And then I told my friend कि वो तेरी बहन को लेके आना ना, right? So she came, and then when she saw, she just said कि वो मैंने उस दिन ऐसा बोल दिया, वेरी सॉरी. मैंने कहा नो थैंक यू सो मच. इनका जो बोला ना, तो सी दिस इज द रिजल्ट that what I did. After that we have never met, but this is the thing. This is in reality what really happened.
Sir, yeah, my question was that similarly, along with MBBS, I have interest in subjects like politics, philosophy, diplomacy, etc. So I can know about their study.
But it should not affect your medical. बस.
No, sir, after MBBS.
After तो कुछ भी करो यार, से करना ही चाहिए. मतलब the day, even if you are one of the best cardiothoracic surgeons, जिस दिन रुक गए वहां पे, उस दिन from that day onwards your intellectual development will stop. कुछ साल के बाद if the MRI is done, so it will show the cerebral atrophy, though you are doing the surgery so well, because for brain now it has become the same thing. आप अगर जो रोज का 10 किलोमीटर साइकिल चला रहे हैं, तो then it is not an exercise. So that's why exercise should be in rotation. आज से suppose TRX band, right, which is called as the Navy SEAL exercise. If you are doing that, right, तो do that. दूसरे दिन वहाँ बंदर की तरह लटक रहे हैं गार्डन में जाके. Third day you are running on treadmill. So do the combination so that body also gets confused. So to keep every muscle in its best of its shape. This is what is called as the compound and the rotation exercises.
Sir, is it okay to have like a high WBC count?
Higher WBC count?
Yeah, like yesterday I was checking my reports, like last year's and this year earlier, like in January 2025 also I went for CBC, and even right now I've been having like high WBCs for the past three reports.
Send me the full report because I need to see the entire CBC.
Okay.
Right? We need to see that what is your MCHC, the mean corpuscle hemoglobin concentration, right? We need to see the paxil volume, everything is to be seen. So just send it across.
Okay, sir.
You lost 7 kilogram in 45 days, 85 kilogram to 77 kilogram. That is wonderful, Daksh. That is wonderful. It is like an inspiration. You must be doing good exercise and must be on a good strength regime. Good. That is really good. It is not easy to lose this much of weight. Right? It shows your consistency. That is very good. Aditya, start taking creatinine monohydrate. Right? If the weight is stuck, so this is in the powder form, you should take 5 grams, right? Before you start in your pre-workout drink, add 5 grams. Don't try to raise it. Keep on doing this for 30 days. After 30 days, if you find that now the pump is enough, you can lift properly or you can punch properly. So then you can raise from 5 grams to 10 grams. Important, minimum 3 liters of water because you need to clear it out of your body, right? Clearance is needed. So we don't want that your kidneys, they start getting affected and it leads to raise of some renal issues. So itna ek dhyan rakhna. 12 kilogram in 2.5 months, sochna bhi mat. I don't really recommend that. Ideal weight loss is 500 gram per week. So 1 महीने का ज्यादा से ज्यादा 2 किलो, 2.5 महीने का maximum 5 किलो, right? उससे ज्यादा नहीं. It is not advisable unless and until you are on to some say world beauty contest या ऐसा कुछ है, तो then that is a different thing. I hope ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं है. Still there are so many questions, but sneezing 10 to 13 times within 1 minute. Take steam. You need to take steam. Right? Every day take steam. I do take steam once a week, but the day I am on road after 21 kilometers or full marathon of 42, वापस आके सबसे पहले steam, so that your lungs are cleared out because there is so much of pollution outside. Once it enters into your lungs, it decreases the efficiency for the next day. Interest in digital art, graphics, own a small business. Superb. And can I learn as a beginner? You can. Digital art and animation course. Surely. Right? Send a mail. I'll help you out.
So which ones though? Okay.
There are so many. I mean, what do you want to learn? You want to start with, say, 2D animation, 3D animation, right? Or you want to create those walkthroughs?
Yes.
Or if it is a business, so it is in the form of one lecture on PCOS. Sure. We'll definitely, because it is like I've not answered many of the things about PCOS. So many questions. So we'll have one extra session on that. Allergic rhinitis. Only one thing. Avoid that energy. Know about which is the allergic component. Okay, regarding those degrees, and in this, I appeared for about 2 or 3 exams in one day, even that, right? So all those degrees, it is like CCNA, it is called as this is from CCNP, Cisco Certified Network Associate, Cisco Certified Network Professional, Cisco Certified Security Professional, Cisco Certified Internetworking Expert. Then there was degree like Master CME. Before that, you have to do CNA, Certified Network Associate, Certified Network Engineer, Master Certified Engineer, then CIBS, Certified Internet Business Strategist, CNA, Master CNA, CIBS, CIM, Certified Internet Manager. This is from Novell, this is from Cisco, then from Microsoft, MCSC. I did MCSD, then This is SQL Server, Microsoft certified MCDBA, Microsoft certified database administrator, Sun certified system administrator, Sun certified network administrator, CompTIA is A plus, which is for the hardware, and plus few more. Okay? But yeah,
Sir, but how did you manage to study everything?
God's grace, yeah, God's grace. I say it is like God's grace. It was my another flat, so I enclosed myself. And this is like long story, but one of my teachers said that after he is no more, but no insult to him. बट मैंने एक ऐसी चीज की पेशेंट को बोल दिया कि आपको तो ये डिजीज है ही नहीं, जाओ मजा करो, देयर इज नो कार्सिनो ऑफ esophagus, and some malpractice was going on. So
Okay.
so he said कि ठीक है, let me see how you practice, और देखता हूँ तुझे जॉब कौन देता है. मैंने कहा सर कोई बात नहीं, राइट. हुआ थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम, बट देन आई थॉट कि चलो यार ये पढ़ाई शुरू करते हैं. दिस इज सो फैसिनेटिंग बिकॉज एज आई वाज ट्रांसफरिंग डेटा फ्रॉम माय वन कंप्यूटर टू अनदर, तो आई वाज यूजिंग RS-232 cable. So when the data was transmitted, I said how it must be happening across the world, and that was the thing when I did my first course, certified Novell administrator. Novell is the company in which I became later on I became the tech evangelist. That is called as the technical evangelist. Technical evangelist's job is to tell the company whether you will be requiring this network or not. And I became technical evangelist for entire Southeast Asia, visited more than 16 countries, more than 40 cities. And say when the Novell gave, and then from that pay, because Novell was paying much better than any doctor would be getting. तो फिर जब नया घर लिया, तो then I invited my teacher के thanks to you, you motivated me कि मैं कुछ और करूं. So that's why it is like God's grace. उसके बाद इंटरेस्ट आया, तो then I did photography and I got the entire Canon gear. जितना पैसा कमाया US में सबके कैमराज एंड लेंसेज ले लिए, उनका कुछ नहीं बचाना. And then in one of the photographs, so I got the invitation from NG, National Geographic. Then we went to Masai Mara thrice, and over there, so we made several films. So that was one of the finest experience. So if you tell जो question जो email में पूछा था कि do you consider yourself as successful? I don't know. मतलब success is, पता है success का क्या है? Success never means that you have earned this much and you have earned that much. कुछ नहीं. Don't worry much about it. Right? Just do whatever you want with your real good heart and soul. ये लगा दो. मतलब if you love someone, तो love with heart and soul. Right? So the thing is, when you do this thing in your work now, you literally talk to your cameras, you literally talk to your computers. So they also give you so much of ideas, so much of response, and many times it happens that in Ambuja Cement, right, at its headquarters, when I was called, there was one major fault. If I show you over here, it is a complete lab. There are more than 40 routers, switches, firewalls, everything is over here. The Ambuja, it has got more than 300 routers. 300 router में से which router is at fault? मतलब 3 दिन से उनके engineer लगे थे. But when even in medical diagnosis or even in IT, when you learn anything with your heart, you give your heart to that subject, that they will automatically give you the response. मतलब within, आप जहां हाथ रखोगे एक्चुअली आपका हाथ वहीं जाता है वहां जहां पे फॉल्ट होता है. Automatically you will be able to diagnose the things at a much faster pace. So be very sincere. दुनिया जो भी कहे, are you enjoying it and are you learning it with your real passion? एग्जाम में पूछेंगे नहीं पूछेंगे नहीं पता, right? Don't worry. I was not sure that I'll be getting in radiology, and when I got it, तो लोग कहते अरे वाह this that, कहते तू तो खास पढ़ता भी नहीं था. हम ठीक है. It's like this.
Sir, so when you were doing job, were you continuing as a doctor also in some hospital?
कोई हॉस्पिटल में नहीं. I am associated with Indian Army.
Okay.
Indian Army, Gujarat Police Academy, Narcotics Division. And then there are certain hospitals when there is any trouble, when they are in, if there is any complication, so get contact. And all these things free. No charge from anyone.
Okay.
5 दिन पहले जयेश मेल भेजी है, कौन सी? मुझे एक बार फिर से भेज दो, बिकॉज मिस हो गई लगती है. पावर ऑफ द सबकॉन्शियस माइंड, नॉर्मन विंसेंट पॉल, गुड बुक. इट्स अ गुड बुक. अरे यार, guilt for being selfish and dominating in nature and kind of giving self importance to myself, but now अरे दे अपने आप को importance. Why you help us for free? मैं कौन सा आपको फ्री में पढ़ा था? I am preparing a team. मतलब जब मैं बीमार पड़ूंगा तो इमेजिन कितने डॉक्टर्स होंगे मेरे पास. दोस्त 119 किलोग्राम वेट स्प्रिंट का तो सोचना भी मत. Start walking. Unnecessary, you will be damaging your knees. Thanks, Surula. Cold problem? Steam, yaar, steam. Steam. Start taking steam. Without fail. And to add that, आपका net worth कितना है? Net worth is not more. I'm telling you honestly. मतलब it is sufficient. I've planned it in such a way that in 2000, maybe after 2-3 years, I'll be getting some very small amount, but that amount is sufficient. See, because you have asked, I live alone, right? घर का झाड़ू पोता भी खुद करता हूँ, घर का वॉशिंग मशीन में कपड़े भी खुद ही सुखाता हूँ, सब everything by myself, everything, right? And my requirement is very less. मतलब खुद खाना बनाता हूँ, everything is fine, so my requirement is very less. I'm happy. So net worth, नहीं मत पूछो. It is not very inspiring, but I'm happy. मतलब I do have best painting equipment. मेरे पास 2 हैं synthesizer. One is Casio Big Full and second is Yamaha. So I play on that. But bank balance, that would be very less. But क्यों रखना है? Can I take if I feel really drained while lifting weights, even though I hit my protein goals? Creatinine, it is necessary to give you pump. So creatinine आपको लेना हो तो you take it before your workout. After workout नहीं, before workout. Right? Mix it with your protein. Or you can take it, मतलब partially, थोड़ा पहले ले लो, थोड़ा बाद में, you can. How much weight you lift, वो बताना. Last few questions. MRA report, I'll see that. Can we see your pictures? Huh? On YouTube, right? Say Romancing the Nature. That is the name of that film on my YouTube channel where I put all of my paintings. Romancing the Nature. Lost 14 kilogram, 23 to 24. That is superb. And in fact, in 1 year, you have lost this much. It is very systematic. Very nice. 1379 is okay or less. It is neither good nor bad. It is normal. It is normal. Okay. अभी फादर की बहुत चिंता मत करो अभी. Is creatinine safe? 5 grams a day, nothing to worry. Drink enough water. Right? Drink enough water. Creatinine लेना हो, if you go from 5 gram to 10 gram, so then you have to really drink enough water for better clearance. इतना ध्यान रखना. Right? Otherwise, there is no harmful effect. But beyond certain level, it is not only creatinine. You'll be requiring choline, you'll be requiring citrulline, you'll be requiring arginine, because they are vasodilators. It is not only the pump, because when you are going with higher weights, or if you are, so you should also go for endurance training. I got the entire मतलब पूरा boxing, the punching bag or good boxing gloves. Go for 500 punches non-stop. When you do that, you'll be sweating like anything. Now that is like when you develop the power. You develop the power, right? So you develop both the things, endurance as well as strength. सिर्फ weight lifting मत करना. This in general I'm telling you everyone. Was the stone baby removed? Yes, it was removed. It was removed successfully and female was fine after that. It's no problem. All right. I think, oh, 2.5 घंटे से बात कर रहे हैं. And still, all of you are there. Lots of love to everyone. You guys are so good. Chalo. So, wish you a very happy Saturday and Sunday. मस्त खाओ पियो. Do exercise. Mail साई देखिए, right? आराम से.
Sir,
हाँ बोलो बोलो.
sir, I've sent you the reports. Please check and reply to my.
You send the reports. You send it.
Yeah.
I mean, on email, have you sent it?
Yeah, email.
Email now. I'll see that. Definitely, I'll see.
Sir,
Okay, sir, thank you.
muscles MRI.
Alter. हाँ क्या? Again?
My calf muscles MRI.
Calf muscle. अरे हाँ, I need to talk to you, right? Because there is a problem. So, because there'll be so many questions, I'll give you my number. Alternate day of cardio and weight training in gym, is that okay? Absolutely okay, Daksh. You can. But इतना ध्यान रखना कि when you'll be doing cardio ना, तो cardio में क्या करते हो? Is it treadmill? Is it cycling? Or is it rowing? Or it is that cross elliptical? So it has to be in combination. And plus, in weight training, are you following push-pull regime or you are going the sector-wise? That means upper body one day, lower body second day, and back third day. Yeah. This much information is bit insufficient. Endurance training at least week में 3 बार. 2 light, 1 long. Say for example, today I ran 21 kilometers because it is like Saturday. Tomorrow the plan is to go for swimming, so it will be very relaxing. But बाकी के weekend, बाकी के
Okay, sir.